data to track expenditures on free housing. So it's chaos. Politicians almost always exaggerate reality, especially when policies fail. Governor Newsom says homelessness in California is down 9%. But how would he know? The situation is chaotic. People go where the drugs are. $30 billion is a colossal amount of taxpayer money, especially when thousands remain on the street. Back in a moment.
Homeowners, when is the last time you checked your home title? Scammers are everywhere, and they're targeting your equity. With just a single forged document, they can file at the county. So don't wait until it's too late. Find out if you are already a victim today. Please go to HomeTitleLock.com. Use the promo code BILL to get a free title history report, plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER roofing.com. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Kenny Williams.
Good morning, Vic Porcelli. How are you, sir?
I'm good, baby. How are you?
Good.
All right, look at us. Halfway through the working week already. Look at us chug through this working week, Kenny.
On this double Woosh Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Woosh, whoosh.
Right out of the gate, brother.
So lots to do today. There always is. There's always lots to do today. In a second, I want to talk about the Olympics a little bit because there's some stuff that really pisses me off. And Ken, the Olympics are not what they used to be.
No.
They used to be something completely different. We'll talk about that in a minute. And still no Nancy Guthrie. That's sheriff. I know what people say. Oh, you're Monday morning quarterback. Rah, rah, rah. You know, he hasn't told the same story twice yet in an interview and or press conference. Fake news coming up at 9:25, a familiar, hideous voice. Endangerment finding, the EPA's endangerment finding may be a fatal blow to regulatory climate overreach. How about that? I saw a video. It was a hearing of some kind, and it had to be a long time ago because I didn't recognize anybody up there. And I didn't really pay attention to the stuff until 5 years ago, like exactly who was up there.
Yeah.
And the guy said, take a guess, how much percentage do you think of the atmosphere is CO2? It was two guys. And one guy was like, 5. And the other guy says, well, I'll play Price is Right. Well, he actually said Price is Right. I'll say 6. So the guy says, no, it's 0.02% of the atmosphere is CO2. Those are dangerously low levels that if it gets too much lower, plant life's going to start dying.
And then guess who dies?
We do, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's the schedule. If you screw around like a dope. Oh, Tim Jones. We love Tim Jones at 10:06. Ken, the fish fries are coming.
I know.
Fish fries are coming. Wait, today's Lent? Today starts Lent?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. A special Vic for vets today. And Mark Harder and Chat Box. And who's doing the Pledge of Allegiance?
Well, speaking of fish fries, Don Mueller from Chesterfield KFC. I don't know, but we'll find out.
All right, we'll find out. Go ahead, Don.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's talk about the Olympics for a little bit here, Ken, because I love the Olympics. I really do. I always did. And just like baseball, as time went on, they started to mess with things and do things differently. And I still love it. I still love the Olympics. Like, it was always amateur. We talk about that all the time. It used to be amateur athletes only.
Yeah, I know that always bothered you.
But I'm a hypocrite, too, because the 92 Barcelona Dream Team, I'll sit and watch a highlight reel of that team anytime, man. But still, amateur athletics are better. And then they started to, because it used to be the summer and the summer and winter Olympics were on the same year. So 1 year would be full of Olympics.
Yeah,
You know, winter and the winter, and then summer Olympics later. And now they screwed that up. Now it's every other year, and I don't know.
And do you think they did that to make more money? I mean, it comes down to money, doesn't it? Really, I mean, when you think about it.
You want to say that? Yeah, I would have to say that.
Because they spread it out now. Usually, it was 1 year, and maybe they thought, well, people are getting a little Olympic boredom. You know, maybe they just too much of it in 1 year. So let's spread it out, and then we can do that. We can do more advertising.
Yes,
you know?
You're right. So, and then the other thing I would like to say about what's different about the Olympics now than what is how the Olympics were back then. When you fought, if you were a boxer or whatever, for the Olympics, it was all about America.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Cassius Clay, who turned into Muhammad Ali, waved a little flag. George Foreman, one of my favorite little flag moments when he's got that little American flag and he's waving it. Bruce Jenner, when he won the decathlon.
Oh, yeah.
You know, somebody gave him that flag and he was like, yeah, and he was all tired out. And now it's like, who can bitch most about the United States while you're out there?
I think it's cultural, but I also think it's money. Let's go. When you ever have a question about the motive of something or something changing, you should always look right at where the money's coming from and who's getting it. Because if you think about what you just said, the athletes that you mentioned, they would do it for the love of the sport, and they really didn't make a lot of money after they left. Once they got out of the Olympics, they were doing normal things, everyday things. But now, you get an endorsement, you get commercials. You got a few $1 million in your pocket by the time you're out of the Olympics.
College sports is the same thing now.
It is.
NIL,
it
right?
is. Yeah. I think we really need to be careful with that. I'm not as hardcore about the amateurism of Olympics as you are, only because I felt so angry. Even going back to 1980, I was still a kid, but I'm like, man, if they would have just done what the Russians did and paid the guys a little bit, maybe we could,
And we did, though.
Well, we beat them.
Yeah.
Right, but
And the gold.
correct. But all the athletes before that, prior to that,
Right.
they were just they just wouldn't quite get there because of those damn pro Russian athletes who were getting paid and everything.
Yep. And that's how it always was. And that was how we always, that when it was a win, it was a bigger win because of that.
It was. Oh, historically, you'll never, no one will forget the 80 Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, there are been some track and field. Carl Lewis, in '84 in Los Angeles. Jesse Owens, 1936 in Berlin. They just blew the competition away, just blew it away.
Yeah.
As amateurs. So that's that. And then the Love in America thing, I don't know what happened in this country, Ken. I just don't know. So Lindsey Vonn, during the 2022 Olympics, said if she wins the gold medal, she's not going to accept an invitation to meet President Trump.
Right.
Before these Olympics, she said, I'll represent America, but not represent Donald Trump. So that makes me want to not root as hard for her as I would have had she not been like that. Does that make any sense? I know it's very petty.
No, I felt the same way because of what she said about Trump, but I still rooted for her because she was an American. This other girl.
Don't steal my thunder.
Okay, but there are other people, let's just say, that are going so far. You've got those guys who were skating, who were saying, "Oh, I'm kind of embarrassed to be
skiers." Yep.
Skiers, yeah,
Yep.
representing the United States." And when I heard that, I said, "Go home. I don't even want to vote. I'm not rooting for you. I do not even want to see you." So
one of the guys, the guy who was the most vocal, lost. He didn't win.
Right.
Because when you do that and you don't win,
oh well, it looks worse.
You're right. You look like a total idiot.
Yeah.
So he lost and had to tearfully admit on camera that he cheated on his girlfriend while he was there. Remember I told you the 11,000 condoms they went through?
Oh, yeah.
That's a real number. They went through 11. The athletes
I didn't
went
even
through
hear about that story.
11,000
so
condoms.
he admitted on the air?
Yeah, crying and everything.
Oh.
And what am I supposed to do? Feel bad for you? Forget about it.
No.
So now my newest person in the sites is a skater named Amber Glenn. And had she kept her mouth shut, because yesterday she failed with a capital F, Ken. She fell. She got a terrible score. At the end of her routine, she sat in the middle of the ice and put her hands in her face. I was like, I would love to cry for you right now, but I'm not. I hate to be like that. I'm sorry, because Amber Glenn hates Trump, LGBT, blah, blah, blah.
Which is fine. Okay, go there. That's fine. You don't need to be televising it internationally and skating on the ice with the LGBTQ rainbow flag, with all of the other stuff that's in, that one flag that has everything. Yeah, she was running. She put that around her, and like it was the American flag.
Yeah.
It should have been the American flag. I would have felt horrible for her if she had the American flag.
But how did you feel yesterday?
I was like, oh boy, too bad for you, huh?
Yeah, would have cried with you. And her makeup was all red, and her face was ugly because she was crying. And I don't know. I just, the Olympics used to be such a pure, precious thing, And as far, can I go back to the amateurism thing again? I'm sorry, I hate jumping around.
No, I get it.
But Jim Thorpe was probably the greatest Olympic athlete ever. He lost his track shoes, so he took 2 shoes out of a garbage can that weren't even a pair. Just happened to find a left and a right one.
Think about that for a second. You have these athletes today who are getting $800 shoes. They're getting training from like 9 years old. This man you're talking about, Jim Thorpe, he probably trained, of course, but he was such a natural athlete that no matter what happens, he probably would have succeeded either way.
The natural ability overshadowed everything else. He was American Indian. He went to a Indian college, Native American, whatever you want to say, Carlisle College in Pennsylvania. And Pop Warner, when I grew up, Ken, there was a football league for little kids called the Pop Warner League. And it was fun. It was fun to see the little kids play football. The actual guy that's named after, Pop Warner, discovered Jim Thorpe, told him about what events are in the Olympics, brought him to Stockholm in 1912, and he blew every country away, every single country away. The king, Gustav of Sweden, said, "You are the greatest athlete in the world," with the sword and everything on his shoulder.
Really? Oh, wow.
He said, "You are the greatest athlete in the world." And rumor has it, that legend has it, that Jim just looked up at the king and said, "Thanks, king." Now,
something real quick that you mentioned, Indian versus Native American. My
Yeah.
daughter, she's a national park ranger, and she's sensitive to those issues, especially just recently being up in Zion.
Yeah.
And so we were up there, and I said, "Oh, an Indian." And she goes, "Dad, you should know of anybody. It's Native American." I go, "Honey, I would push back," but I said, "You're right, because we're Sapulpa Indian."
Yeah.
I have that in my history. And so I said, "Yeah, you're right, Native American."
We're Nabaladan from Naples.
See? Yeah.
So he was an amateur. He played, I'm going to use the word because that's the word that's been used with him all the time, semi-pro baseball over a summer for room and board. He didn't even really get paid. He had a place to eat and a place to sleep. That was all he got.
So what was, okay, go ahead.
So they said that, "Oh, sorry, you got some sort of compensation for playing." So they took his medals away. They took all his gold medals away. Well, how defeating is that? So there was a court trial because he wanted to keep his medals, and he said, I didn't know that rule. And this is where I learned this phrase, watching Jim Thorpe All-American with Burt Lancaster as Jim Thorpe. The judge said, "Ignorance of the law is no excuse." First time I learned that, I was really young, 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse, and they took his medals away. And years later, of course, after now professionals, real true professionals, play in the Olympics, they gave the medals back to his family, but he obviously was dead well before that happened.
Right.
So, that kind of pisses me off. But you know what? He ran for his country. He did hurdles for his country. He did everything for his country, and he was proud to be an American. And so many Americans throughout the years were just proud to be Americans and proud to represent the country in the Olympics.
They won't admit it, but do you think the current athletes that downplayed being representing the United States, do you think that they feel bad about saying what they said?
No. They don't.
I don't either.
They don't. Because now we're all supposed to feel sorry for her.
Right.
We're going,
Right.
this kid, Ilya, damn it.
The skater.
Yeah, thanks. It's the quad god.
Quad god. Yeah, that's what I call
The
him.
god of quad. He screwed up too. He fell twice
yeah.
in one routine and didn't get a gold medal. And when he finished it, he just pushed his hair back, and you can see he was about to cry. But he didn't sit on the ice.
Okay. I got something to say about that.
Do it,
My
baby.
wife and I were watching this whole thing pan out. And the guys, a lot of these guys were just bawling and crying and laying down. The quad god, no, he didn't even look like he was going to cry, Vic.
Right.
He was pissed,
Sure.
which I would be as an athlete. And he said, okay, you know what? I was looking at him thinking, okay, he's thinking right now, I got to get it next time. I've got to do it next time. This is the way the guys do it. They don't do it the way those other guys were doing. They were crying and just falling apart. Like look like they're gonna. If they would look like one of those toys that you press the button at the bottom and they fall. Yeah, they fall. I mean, it was horrible to watch.
Well, he'll be back. He's only 21. He'll be back.
He learned a lesson. He learned, got too far, too confident maybe.
Something got into his head when he was in that beginning pose. He said, I can't remember what he said it was, but. There's a lot of mental that goes into it.
Big time, yeah.
I mean, Yogi Berra said baseball's 90% half mental. Something like that. Updates on the Olympics 4 times a day right here on News Talk STL, brought to you by Best Buy Flooring and Corel Roofing. Okay, fake news. A voice that you are familiar with, I'm sure. Next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Number 1 for live and local conservative talk.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. They make really bad decisions.
Oh, that woman. Got a mouth like an outboard motor. All the time. Put, 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 put.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
This is so stupid.
St. Louis's.
Okay, I'm hanging up on you now.
Place to talk. News Talk STL.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Home power used to be simple. Now the car plugs in, the scooter plugs in, the space heater plugs in, and your electric panel starts popping.
That sounds bad, but I like popcorn.
Popcorn is great, sparks are not. Call Grasser. We'll upgrade your panel so you can run it all.
Electric and plumbing, the Grasser way.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeServices.com.
The boats are back at Missouri's premier boat and fishing show.
February 20th through 22nd at America Center.
Take advantage of screaming deals on hundreds of boats.
Check out wake surf and pontoon boats,
fishing boats and luxury cruisers,
personal watercraft, and more.
Enjoy non-stop entertainment.
Live stingrays, pro angler demos.
Get ready for fun in the sun
at the St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show.
February 20th through 22nd at America Center.
Go to stlouisboatshows.com for info. Kids are free.
1 in 4 women will have an abortion before the age of 45 in this country. That's the tragedy we must work to stop. Mike Ferguson from The Morning Show here, and that is why Reach Reproductive Health is here, to empower parents to save the lives of innocent children and to see these families come to Christ. And you can be a part of saving and changing lives. So pray and visit outreachforlife.org to learn more, volunteer, and donate. That's outreachforlife.org.
Honey, he says we're in legal trouble and we're going to lose our retirement. We have to get to a crypto ATM now.
This can't be right.
It's not right. I'm Attorney General Catherine Hanaway. We've received reports of devastating new scams involving crypto ATMs.
Let's report this.
We're here to help. Report suspected fraud at 800-392-8222 or visit ago.mo.gov.
Sponsored by the Missouri Attorney General's Office.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Vic and Ken. Ken can build a deck. Vic can build a sandwich.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Yeah. Bread, meat, bread, right?
Right.
I got it.
You got it. You nailed it, actually.
Today a sandwich, tomorrow a deck.
Right.
Not really. Okay, so every Wednesday at this time, we do a little something called fake news.
We are fighting the fake news. It's fake.
Fake news.
Phony. Fake.
Fake news.
You know what's funny, Ken? Donald Trump has been using that fake news line for a long time, and everybody called him a big baby. Big baby, news doesn't like it. But he's been right about all the stuff that, the hoaxes and the collusion with the Russians and all that stuff. None of it was true.
No, you see those memes on social media of them saying Trump was right about everything, and they say, "Oh, he was. You can't be right about everything." Well, you know what's weird is that he has been right about everything with regards to the media and a lot of the other stuff.
And sometimes he just doesn't say it out loud.
He doesn't. He never says I'm right about everything.
Right.
Everybody else says it.
Right. So anyway, what we're going to play for you today did come from a news program, a interview with a news reporter, let's say. That's why it qualifies for fake news.
Sure.
And the subject today is Hillary Clinton.
Do you regret the links that there have been? We have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
Come on.
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it to me is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus.
So let's think about this, okay? The question was from the reporter, your links to Jeffrey Epstein. And she says, there are no links. There's no links. What links? What links? And she said that she never met Jeffrey Epstein. Do you believe that?
How many times was he invited to the White House?
Good point.
By him.
If it wasn't at the island, he came.
Like 17 times. He was at the White House.
And then the reporter asks Hillary Clinton, have you met Ghislaine Maxwell? And her answer was, yeah, a couple of times. Don't really know. Ghislaine Maxwell was at Chelsea's wedding. Do you invite people that are
No.
Right? Let's see. Who do you want to come to the wedding? How about Ghislaine Maxwell? Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So
she's such a
go ahead, say it. Come on, get us thrown off the air. Come on.
I'm not. I can't. I want to.
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
So, do you want to listen to that again?
Yeah.
All right, play it again.
Do you regret the links that there have been? We have no links. We have a very clear record that we are willing to talk about. He said he took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it to me is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus.
Horrific things happened underneath the desk in the Oval Office, but she never mentioned it.
You read my mind. Because she's going over the top, Ken. She's overplaying her hand, right?
Yeah.
Horrific.
Can you imagine that a man would do something like that to a young lady?
Until she comes out in it, right?
Yeah.
So, Bill took plane rides. She talked about it like it was a ride at Disney World.
Yeah.
Took some plane rides, on the Dumbo flying thing.
Keep your feet inside.
Right, keep your hands and feet inside the car at all times. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say.
It's just, how can she say that in good conscience? With us knowing what we know, you saw. Okay, she brought up the hot tub. Apparently, that was an underage victim. They redacted her face. Okay, that was an actual real redaction. As opposed to the other ones that they did about Trump, which were funny, by the way. Golden Girls being redacted.
Oh my God, that was hysterical.
Yeah. So, but the point is that he was in this hot tub with her, an underage girl. And that was only that was a thing. He was doing a love fest somewhere overseas. He was building homes for children.
Clinton charitable organization.
Okay.
Last thing, and then we'll wrap up fake news. I love the meme that has Bill Clinton sitting at the Resolute desk in the White House, and the caption is, what some younger people don't know is there's two people in this picture.
We are fighting the fake news. It's fake.
Fake news. Fake news.
What are you talking about? I only see. Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm sorry, but every word out of her freaking mouth is just a lie, and it's fake.
And
fake
vile.
news
And
and vile, and yes,
and
every bit of it.
Toxic. She's just a wildebeest. For her?
And I mean, the shrapnel that family has created along the way, the wake of shrapnel and death.
Yeah. No, I think she is just transformed and morphed out of her humanoid form more than once here. I don't know what form she's in right now, her humanoid form or her alien form.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Check up on that, would you?
I will.
Call the doctor.
I will.
See what he says. So, while we're on the topic of fake news, this is kind of fake news. Because on The View yesterday, Whoopi Goldberg, her name is in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
So let's go back. When they said, the ladies on The View said that if your name is in the files, that's it, right? Expose it, you're done, you're dead. Except if you're Whoopi Goldberg.
Right. Right.
She was trying to explain. I have the transcripts here.
Well, why don't you be Whoopi, and I'll be everybody else?
Okay, now hold on. You say that like I've never done a Whoopi ever.
No?
No.
Okay.
I can try. I'm not afraid of trying.
Yeah.
But if it's not good, I want you to know this would be my first public or private attempt at Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, I mean, you can only embellish as much as you want, but I mean, the most important thing is you read the words as she said them.
No, I'm sorry. It's not the most important part would be my
Okay.
impression.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Okay. All right.
Secondly, would be what you just said. So they're talking about it, and she goes,
My name's in the files.
how's that? Not too bad, right?
Not
For the
bad.
first time ever?
Yeah, actually.
Yes, and what does it say? It says, Whoopi needs a plane to get to Monaco. John Lennon Charity, it should say Julian Lennon's Charity, is paying for it. They don't want a charter, so they're looking for private owners. Here's the info. All they did was give information, and they're saying, do you want to offer your gill?
What does that mean?
That's G2. G2.
G2, sorry.
So then Sonny Hostin says,
Yeah, she said, it looks like they said no thanks, though, right?
there's more, Sonny.
Oh, I'm sorry. In other words, anybody can be on this list. Co-host Joy Behar dismissed the facts before trying to what about her way back to Trump, which they always do, by the way. But Trump is on the list 38,000 times. Come on.
And then Goldberg proceeded to, did Karen Cataline write this? Kvetch about media outlets like Newsbusters drawing attention to the email. And Whoopi said,
Well, this is my point. Because I'm telling you, when I tell people I'm trying to turn me into, I wasn't his girlfriend, I wasn't his friend.
Right. Sarah Haynes says, you were too old for him.
Oh, ouch, by the way.
By the way, but that's okay. This is so dangerous. This is so dangerous for Whoopi that she's like, oh, go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, I'm an old bat.
Oh, I was not only too old, but it was a time, when there's just not. You used to have to have facts before you and stuff.
Behar said, but Trump is on the list 38,000 times. Come on.
Well, I can't speak to him, but I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him. It's like, honey, come on. After 2 weeks, that's it.
And after 2 weeks of silence, The View finally addresses Whoopi Goldberg being in the Epstein files and seemingly requesting to borrow his jet. Joy Behar said, anybody can be on the list.
Anybody. Well, this is my point, because I'm telling you when I tell you, and then they went to commercial, I guess.
And then social media steps in and says, see how it works? Trump's name can be in the Epstein files. It would be automatic proof of some kind of guilt, right? Whoopi's name is in the Epstein files. Nothing. Nothing. Heads they win, tails you lose.
Oh, that's good, Ken. Whoopi was named in the file. She says she's getting dragged. She doesn't know what dragged is unless you're President Trump.
Yeah.
Who gets dragged about everything.
Everything. Yeah. Physically and on social media.
Yeah. All right.
No, you're getting dragged when you get your ear blown off.
That's right, Ken. And almost again killed with the guy hiding in the bushes at one of the holes at Mar-a-Lago. Okay. So Tim and Chris are going to be live at the Missouri. How was my Whoopi, by the way? Was it okay?
Actually, I have to say it was pretty darn good.
First time ever.
The way you had, I didn't think you were going to use the raspiness, and you did. You owned it. I'm pretty proud of you.
There's a raspy. Thanks, Ken. There's a raspy, and then there's a inflection. You know.
I told mine didn't go.
Then that's it. That's how she sounds. How's my Joy Behar?
Oh, it was good.
Thanks, Vic.
Yeah,
Thanks, Vic.
All you got to do is sound like a fat Italian woman. She is Italian, you know that.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a disgrace.
Whatever.
So Tim Jones and Chris Arps are going to be out at the Missouri GOP State Lincoln Days in Springfield, February 20th, which is this Friday, 2 days away, at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Speeches from some of the biggest names in Republican politics, interactive breakout questions, networking opportunities, and a whole bunch of fun and frivolity. For tickets and more information, go to NewstalkSTL.com. All right, Dr. Bonner Cohen from CFAC is next.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Speculation has started to swirl around Alito's retirement. We'll talk to our Supreme Court expert, Zach Smith, about the rumor at 420.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
Tim Jones here from my great friends at Comprehensive Chiropractic, the premier chiropractic and sports performance facility in the region. How do I know? Simply put, they've helped me on many occasions. Here's another solution to your everyday aches and pains. The Studio Health and Wellness Center. Services include Pilates and yoga, both with certified instructors. I can also highly recommend the massage therapy, which is not an indulgence. It's a proven method of healing and restoration. Trust my friends at Comprehensive Chiropractic in Eureka, cchiropractic.com. That's cchiropractic.com.
1949, the last time a Republican held the top post in St. Louis City. A gallon of milk was 84 cents, and streetcars ran down Grand Avenue. Unfortunately, St. Louis City streets are no longer the epicenter of family and business life. In the 80 years of Democrat control, our city has been on a steady decline.
Hello, Kirk Ilsinger, chairman of the Republican Party for the city of St. Louis, and we believe it is our duty to provide a different path forward. I invite you to our meetings the first Thursday of every month. Learn more at stl-gop.com.
Paid for by St. Louis City Republican PAC. Curtis Farber, Treasurer.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
I think you're a little confused.
News, analysis, opinion.
I've got something to say and I can't hold it any longer.
101.9 and 94.1.
You won't hear the truth anywhere but here. News Talk STL.
News Talk STL. This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hi, this is Jamie Lissow from Gutfeld, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic. Can you tell me how to pronounce Vic's name so I'm not Porcelli? Dang it, I would have gotten it right. Hi, this is Jamie from the Gutfeld Show, and you are listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic Porcelli Show on News. Vic, I'm really sorry if you're listening. Hi, this is Jamie Lissow from Gutfeld, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic Porcelli Show on News Talk STL.
Third time's a charm,
Right.
Jamie Lissow. It's okay. This is Dave Edmonds you're listening to. I still don't know his status. You know, he had that stroke, and first reports were that he died, and he didn't really die, and just truly one of my favorites. Can't you hear why I love this music?
Oh, yeah.
With that Chuck Berry guitar beat. Okay. So, the Trump EPA, Lee Zeldin at the helm, may have delivered the fatal blow to regulatory climate overreach, which pisses us off. And not to mention, it's just, you know, our rights and liberties just were dying. And now it's all turning around. Dr. Bonner Cohen from CFACT is here to help us talk about that. Dr. Cohen, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and I, too, salute the late, great Chuck Berry.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
School Days was his masterpiece.
Is that right?
Yeah. Have you ever heard him sing School Days?
Oh, yeah, I saw him do it live, yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with me, okay, with Chuck Berry, Dr. Cohen. He's from here, you know. He's from St. Louis.
That's right, yes.
And he played this little tiny place called the Duck Room in University City like once a month on a Thursday. And that was my first concert moving here to St. Louis was Chuck Berry. So,
wow.
Yeah, we love him here.
You started at the top.
That's right, and work our way down to everybody else. All right, so I saw a video, and our audience is going to have to listen to this for the third time, and I apologize to them. But it was some sort of committee a while ago, because not a bunch of current faces up on the committee dais there, asking questions to guys. And the question was, how much CO2 do you think is in the atmosphere? And one guy said 5%, one guy said 6%, and the truth is 0.02% of CO2 is in the air. And he said that's at a dangerously low level, because if it gets too low, plant life starts dying, and then human life starts dying.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. For all the sound and thunder we have heard over the past, actually, decades now, about dangerous levels of CO2, in a sense they are dangerous in that they are still, even though they have been rising for the last 300 or so years, they're still not high enough to support the Earth's population, which sits around 8 billion people. As we all learned, or should have learned in high school science class, CO2, carbon dioxide, is essentially plant fluid. And no CO2 or low levels of CO2, you're going to have a lot of problems growing plants, including crops. So if you want to feed 8 billion people, have thriving agriculture, one of the things you need are high atmospheric levels of CO2. Now, at the end of the Little Ice Age, which was about 150, 200 years ago, atmospheric levels of CO2 had sunk down to about 250 parts per million. At those low levels, we were facing one food crisis. We, being, of course, our ancestors, were facing one crisis after the other when it came to feeding themselves. Today's level is about 420 to 425. A perfect level probably doesn't exist because it depends on where you are in the world, but we could easily go to 800 and it would be good. During the age of the dinosaurs, atmospheric CO2 levels were 20 times higher than they are today. And guess what? There was no runaway greenhouse effect at all. In other words, those dinosaurs, those gigantic creatures with brains about the size of a peanut, they they flourished quite well until they got an extraterrestrial visitor that put an end to them, but it had nothing to do with CO2. So one of the most stupid things you could possibly engage in is to adopt policies that lower atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide. I would say it is not only stupid, it is criminal, because the consequences of that are completely predictable. And why in the world would anyone want to adopt policies that can take you to periodic famines, which is what you will have when you have too many people chasing too little CO2?
Right. And now I realize, now that I'm older, because remember when people had plants in their house and they would say, "Oh, you got to talk to your plants." You know, people were talking to you, like, "Good morning, plant. How are you?" You know, and now I'm realizing it's so that more CO2 comes out of your mouth to help the plant grow.
That's right. You're helping the plant, right?
So everybody get off me talking to my plants. All right, Kenny's got a question about the cost of all this crap.
Well, what I wanted to talk about is the fact that we've spent trillions, literally trillions of dollars over the last 3 or 4 decades fighting something that doesn't exist at all. Dr. Cohen, am I being oversensitive to the cost of everything?
And not the least.
Okay.
You put your finger right on it. Look at the waste of resources that have gone into, as you put it, trying to solve a problem that demonstrably does not exist. Think of how that money could have been spent on such things as cancer research, or dealing with other medical problems involving all sorts of birth defects and what have you. What good could have come of all of that, as opposed to showering this money on politically well-connected non-governmental organizations, NGOs, powerful political people, hustlers, green hustlers purveying all sorts of ridiculous products like wind turbines and solar panels and electric vehicles, things that contribute absolutely nothing to society whatsoever. So it has been a colossal waste of resources, and in a sense also opportunity lost because that money could have been spent so much more intelligently than it was.
Okay, so you're not going to like this, but I'm giving you a job to do, okay? Because you work for CFAC, so this is now put on you, okay? Nobody has told Al Gore that he was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yes, not that he would listen, but no.
Well, we need to tie him down. Tie him down like in
all of the 40 years in which Gore has been pushing this, he has never once debated anyone.
No, I like
because
maybe
deep down inside him he knows he'd lose.
Vic,
but he debates no one on this.
Vic, I like this idea that you're talking about because I envision like waterboarding, but instead of water, facts.
Right, and we do it like Clockwork Orange, right?
Yeah.
You tie him to a chair, you put toothpicks on his eyes so
Right,
he can't close his eyes. He's got to watch it. Might as well put Greta Thunberg next to him,
right,
and let them look. It really is the truth, because this is what pisses me off. We, in every facet of what we think of on this side of the political fence, we need to be on the offensive 24/7. We're not, okay? Hence, my point, nobody has sat Al Gore down and said, "You're wrong."
How dare you?
Again, not that he would listen, because the man completely lacks any self-awareness whatsoever. There's no introspection. He's absolutely convinced he's right, even though he has been demonstrably wrong over and over again, because you can look at his predictions and then you can look and see what really happened, and the two are completely incompatible. But he just keeps going on. He's not about to change his ways. So I would love to see one of the many very brilliant scientists that we have who have looked into this to sit him down and say, "Al, let me tell you what is really going on." But Al wouldn't sit down. He wouldn't listen. He's a closed system.
And I think that people on our side should have said, wait a minute. This doesn't sound right. Because even people, conservatives, Congress, they don't listen to their constituents. We're learning that now, right? Because 80% of Americans think that voter ID is a good thing. But Congress says, nope, no, it's not, constituents.
Can't do that. No.
You're wrong, right? This is Jim Crow 2.0. So, when it comes to something that we don't know about, because that's where Al Gore was such a grifter, right? We don't know about the CO2 in the air. We don't know anything.
We used to not know.
Well,
Yeah.
Right, Ken. And he made it all up. They're stupid Americans. They'll believe anything I say.
And for a while, he got away with it. He is still, when he goes to Davos or some other gathering of globalist elitist, he is still celebrated as a prophet, even though, of course, he was a prophet. He was a prophet of doom, and he was a prophet who got it wrong. He got it way wrong, and he continues to get it wrong.
You know what? You said self-awareness about Al Gore. He's been that way his whole life. Do you guys remember? This is gross. I'm sorry. Do you guys remember at the Democratic National Convention when they nominated Al Gore, Tipper came out and they started like making out?
Oh yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. Do
you remember that, Dr. Cohen?
Oh yeah, exactly. And then shortly thereafter, they parted company.
Yeah, right. That's true, right? Because she couldn't even take his lack of self-awareness. So bad. All right, Dr. Cohen, cfac.org. It's your job, if you decide to accept it, to tell Al Gore he's wrong, and we appreciate you. And we pulled one out for you since it is your favorite. Kenny, go.
Up in the morning and out to school.
There you go, School Days for you, Dr. Cohen.
Great song.
I like Johnny Be Good, I think, is the one song that every...
Oh, that's another great one.
Well, no, it's the great one, because that's the one that every garage band needs to start every rehearsal with, is Johnny Be Good.
Right.
And then I love You Never Can Tell, because it's completely different from everything else he ever did.
Yeah.
Goes the bell. Thanks, Dr. Cohen. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds great.
Take care.
You're lucky if you can find a seat.
He has good taste in music.
He does. He brought up Chuck Berry. He really would have knocked me off my chair if he said anything about Dave Edmonds. Oh, I love Dave Edmonds. Or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. What are you gonna do? All right. That was a good conversation. And I think that, we need to learn these things early on and not let them run away with it, I mean, go ahead, Ken. You just took a breath there. What were you gonna say?
Because this reminded me of something we went through recently, and that's COVID. We should
Exactly
never
right.
we should never let these things happen again. Okay, we learned. Okay, we paid a price. There's a price we're still paying probably for some things
Businesses,
regarding
I'm sure.
COVID. Yeah, so we learned, but remember this, because from what we've been hearing, China's not done with this kind of crap. They're doing stuff in the United States with research and stuff on viruses still, and that we're finding out about in California. So if this happens again, God forbid,
I thought you were going to say something else. Yeah.
we can't be locked down. We can't be suddenly locked down by everybody. And if they try to do it as citizens, we should be saying, okay, no, sorry, we're not going to do that.
So, I don't know.
Well, it's the whole grift thing. We learned about climate change being such a fake thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all I ever did when I heard about climate change, I was actually, okay, I need to find out about this. I love the earth. I love I want to.
Who doesn't love the earth?
We love to recycle, for example.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
At home, you mean you recycle?
Oh yeah, I try to recycle anything that I can.
How does that process go?
Well,
can
because
you show me? Tell me.
I have a recycle bin, and my wife will throw something not in it, and if she's supposed to, and I'll go, "What in God's name are you doing?"
Oh my God, really? Does she
And
throw
we
something
laugh.
at you?
No, we laugh.
So,
but it's important.
Yeah.
It really is. But not to that degree where you're spending trillions of dollars, because you can't change the climate.
We never did. We never recycled because we're terrible human beings.
Well, it's to each his own decision,
And then the reason why we do now. You know?
Good.
And we're so happy about it when people come over. It's like, hi, how are you? We recycle. We recycle now. But we have this thing that looks like a big garbage can, big tall garbage can, comes up to like my hip, and we just throw all the plastic bottles in there.
Everything, yeah.
My wife's got this little thing that breaks down the cardboard boxes. You got to see her, man. She looks like she's on the conveyor belt. Okay, put that in the box. And then we just throw it out on Tuesday.
That's great.
But the real reason why we started doing it, this is terrible, okay? I'm just admitting to you that I'm a terrible person. But you should know that already. We were running out of garbage space. We create too much garbage as a family. You know?
Yeah.
So we said, well, how about if we put some of it in a recycle bin? Oh, my God. Right?
Hey, you mean that thing over there that's always empty? Oh, let's do that.
I don't need that from you. But yes, that's exactly
It's
right.
so funny.
So we recycle, okay?
Yeah, and I think it's a good idea for people to do that by choice. It's by choice. Everything is by choice, everybody. We don't tell anybody what they have to do at their home.
And didn't we learn that it all goes in the same place anyway?
Well, that's the problem that I have because I had to check on that. And they said, well, sometimes when there is an overflow, we have to just throw it into the dump. Like, well, you know what? That's bull. I want that to stop immediately.
Yeah.
You know, but they are opening up, or apparently they're either building or opening up a new recycle plant, or they have in North County. So.
Oh, okay. I say we recycle. I'm still not happy about it because it's something else to do, something different to do. So what I do is my way of getting back at the world is I put the garbage out late on Monday nights. My wife yells at me all the time. It's midnight. We do garbage. You're not doing it at 2 o'clock in the morning. So what I do is, because the can with all the recycles has all the plastic bottles in it, and real late at night, I pour them into the thing so it's really loud, and somebody gets mad at me.
Yeah.
This is what you get for making me recycle. We recycle. Hi, John. Yeah, we recycle. It all looks great.
Hey, are you recycling, by the way? Now, you don't want to be a Karen.
What?
You know, to your neighbors. Like, if you say you're recycling, that's fine, but you don't want to say, well, are you recycling? Oh, you're not? Oh.
I didn't say that.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying you don't want to be that.
No, I know how to not be a Karen. Thank you very much.
I know.
All right, listen, before we run out of time here,
Yeah.
I just want to get to this Jack Nestor escort by,
Yes,
our great bikers in
Sure.
this city. They're meeting at Michael Funeral Home. Paul, who gave me the guy that does the AmVets barbecue.
Yeah.
He put up a post on the official AmVet site. Hey, got an escort. We need you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Meet at
man.
Michael
Got it.
Funeral Home.
If you guys can, if you see that, I mean, I'd like to try, but get pictures.
Yeah, give us some photographs. Call us if you're one of the dudes.
Yeah.
We want to hear the potato. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll give you more information on this when we get to Vic for Vets right after 11 o'clock.
Woosh, woosh.
Hi, it's Chris Arps, and I've been a customer of Royal Banks, Missouri for many years. They're a full-service, locally owned and operated community bank with 17 locations throughout the St. Louis area, including locations in Hannibal, Jerseyville, Granite City, as well as 2 locations in St. Charles. Plus, given today's headlines in the overall banking industry, it is reassuring to know Royal Banks, Missouri has the highest financial ratings in St. Louis for stability and strength. Royal Banks of Missouri is reinvesting in its hometown University City. They've now opened the doors to their new location at 8550 Olive Boulevard at the corner of Olive and McKnight. Stop by to see their refreshed look with the same exceptional Royal Bank service you know and trust. Learn more about the move in University City by visiting royalbanksofmo.com today. That's Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank for your community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The world's best athletes, the biggest stage, the thrill of competition. NewstalkSTL brings you Winter Game updates 4 times every weekday. Get the latest results, medal counts, and top stories from the games. Stay connected to all the action as our athletes go for the gold. Brought to you by Corel Roofing and Best Buy Flooring. Details at NewstalkSTL.com.
Craving the freshest in town? Anthony's Produce is your daily destination for nature's finest. Browse our rainbow of quality fruits and vegetables. Always fresh, always delicious. Hosting an event? Let us create stunning fruit bouquets and vegetable trays, or treat someone special to our chocolate-covered pineapple. We proudly stock hundreds of locally made products. And yes, we've even got seasoned firewood for those cozy evenings, available for pickup or delivery. Anthony's Produce.
701 Juggerman Road in St. Peters. Call 636-936-0496 or order online at anthonysproduce.com.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNVS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Braving the worst of winter weather, rescue crews are searching for 9 backcountry skiers missing near Lake Tahoe, California. Those skiers were caught in an avalanche. 6 others were rescued. Police in the Nancy Guthrie investigation say that DNA from a glove that was found 2 miles from the Guthrie home did not match anything in a national criminal DNA database. Political unrest turns deadly in France, where a young man has been beaten to death. 11 people are under arrest.
Quentin Durango, who is 23, died in hospital on Saturday. He was attacked on Thursday during clashes between far-left and far-right supporters. The fighting broke out on the margins of a student meeting where a far-left lawmaker was a keynote speaker. The death has sparked a storm of recriminations, mostly targeting the hard-left France Unbowed party. Its leader, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, says the party bears no blame for the tragedy. I'm Charles Philadelphia.
There is no word on what his plan was, or even if he had a plan. An 18-year-old Georgia man's under arrest after allegedly approaching the U.S. Capitol with a loaded shotgun. Capitol Police say he was wearing a tactical vest and had a Kevlar helmet and a gas mask in his car. President Trump says the feds, ready, willing, and able to help fix a massive spill of raw sewage into the Potomac River near D.C. The president says that all state and local officials have to do is to ask for federal assistance. Mr. Trump adds that if they're going to ask, they should do so politely. There's a rally underway this morning on Wall Street. It continues this hour. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 322 points. The NASDAQ Composite Index ahead close to 300 points. It's up more than 1%. And the S&P better by 61 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Have you noticed losing weight is harder than it used to be? You're eating better and exercising, but the scale barely moves? The real problem isn't willpower, it's metabolic dysfunction. And standard dieting just makes it worse. PhD Weight Loss has helped thousands fix the root cause of stubborn weight. Take their free metabolic assessment at fixmyweightloss.com. Fixmyweightloss.com. It's quick, personalized, and shows why your body is resisting weight loss, so you know exactly what to fix. Visit fixmyweightloss.com. That's fixmyweightloss.com.
From Lionsgate and Kingdom Story Company comes the highly anticipated I Can Only Imagine 2.
Hey, it's Bart Millard from Mercy Me. And almost 10 years ago, we made a movie called I Can Only Imagine. And it did okay. But while everything was supposed to be perfect on the outside, real life hit on the inside. This is that true story.
Imagine what God can do again. I Can Only Imagine 2. In theaters this Friday. Rated PG. Parental guide.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Rodney and Jen Wallner and the entire Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway. Call them today at 314-810-SOLD. 314-810-SOLD. From the Michaels Flooring Outlet Weather Center.
How about some May weather here in the middle of February? Yeah, my forecast high of 74 would tie today's record set back in 1971. And with mostly sunny skies and weakening winds, this is a real spring preview. Very nice day. Partly cloudy, really mild tonight, lows only around 50. And stay weather aware tomorrow. There's a chance of isolated strong to severe storms in the late morning and afternoon from near St. Louis into Illinois. Another warm one at 72. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matt Chambers.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, you know, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, it's Wednesday. We're chugging right through it. Lots to do this hour. Fish fries, Ken. Fish fries.
Yeah.
You know, I can't, okay, very quickly, okay? I don't want to waste too much time because I want to get to Tim. But when I first got here, I got here in February of 1993. And I'm driving on Highway 40. I guess it was a couple of months later. Driving around, and all I see are billboards for McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwiches. I was like, wow, they must really like Filet-O-Fish sandwiches here in St. Louis. Must be a big popular thing. Mm-hmm. It was Lent, and that's why they were doing the fish thing. I was like, oh,
There we go.
Lent, terrible Catholic here. Okay. So the fish fries every Friday night, of course, we're going to talk to 2026 IWKnights. Is that right? Incarnate Word Knights of Columbus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bryan, who comes in every year, is going to talk to us about it. And he's bringing fish, I can only imagine.
No, probably not.
Don't say no.
I don't think, because they do it right then. They fish to order.
Yeah,
probably not. Yeah.
Whatever, man. Let's go.
Timmy.
Former Speaker of the House.
You just proved why you left-wing loons are so insane.
Y'all ready for this?
Tim Jones.
Good morning, my handsome MAGA Speaker of the House.
And a double whoosh Wednesday to my two favorite deplorable Garbagian MAGA ultra MAGA, I should say, brothers. How you guys doing?
Woosh.
We're good. Just had to give a couple double wishes there.
I have to give you a double whoosh.
Hey,
too.
a very,
Woosh.
I want to wish you all a very blessed Lent.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
today's Ash Wednesday, and I'm sorry you just threw the gauntlet down. You've got some fish fry imposter coming in. Well, I'm gonna have to talk about the best fish fry in the entire St. Louis region. Dare I say, maybe the Show Me State writ large. Most Sacred Heart Parish, my home parish in beautiful Eureka, Missouri. Our fish fries begin this Friday. They are the best. They're the best, hands down. No argument about it.
All right, listen.
You can go to others, and that's fine. You can help other people out of lesser skill and talent. But I just want to point out that Most Sacred Heart, Eureka, Missouri, has the best fish fry, I think, on the planet.
You and
maybe
Bryan,
on all planets.
If you and Bryan Hewing want to wrestle, that's fine.
That'd be great for us, actually, Tim.
We'll have a little fish fry wrestle.
Just fish fry wrestling match.
And just so you know, Tim, Incarnate Word, apparently, from what they're saying, the word is out in St. Louis that Incarnate Word has Cajun style.
Ooh, my goodness. Hey, in all seriousness, patronize all of these fish fries. They're all fantastic. So, you know, whatever locality, neighborhood you're in, there's likely a fish fry. I'm sure our Incarnate Words is awesome. There's likely one in your neighborhood. And it's a nice weekly reminder at the end of the week as to the season that we are in for all our Christian brothers and sisters. It was literally written down, literally written down in Genesis so many thousands of years ago. Man, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. That's what the season's all about. The 40 days of penitence and repentance and remembrance. The fact that God sent his only son to save all of our souls, which many of us most days desperately need. So I'll just leave it.
Literally.
Literally.
All right, listen. Wait, come here. Look at me. Look at me for a second. Let me see your face. Let me see. You got a little schmutz. Oh, it's Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
never
right
mind.
there. Yeah, it's Ash Wednesday. Yeah.
So listen, pal.
Yeah.
Listen. Wait. No. Shush.
Yes.
Shush. Listen to me. Okay. I go on the air at 9:00 here. Okay. And every morning before we go on the air, I like to go into Jeff's office and talk about, what's new, what people are talking about. Give me a couple, last-minute pep talk before the show. And he was on the phone the whole time till 9:00. And then I find out he's on the phone with you. That's my time, pal. My time with the boss. 8:30 to 9. Got it?
Well, sometimes the speaker has to pull rank. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's things going on. I'm up here in the NewstalkSTL Jefferson City Bureau. I'll have to figure out. Ken and I can talk. I know he's a production genius. Maybe it'll be a little more work, but I've got the cameras up here too. We can always StreamYard me in. You guys can see my wonderful face as well as listen to me, and you will see that I will be sitting at the Missouri Freedom Caucus table in Studio Schroer, and behind me, because we've got the sign to prove it, I am literally in the NewstalkSTL Jeff City Bureau. Now, if that doesn't sound official and fancy, I don't know what does.
Big. Makes it sound big.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not, a big training session that I would be required to take to get that to happen. I'm just trying to find the information. That's all I'm trying to do. Just trying to find out how to do it. That's all.
You're on a constant quest for information.
Yeah,
Yes,
pretty
yes,
much.
yes, you
Pretty
are.
much.
Yes.
All right, let's talk business. You want
So
to talk
what do you want to
business,
talk about
Mike? Let's
today?
talk
What's
the
going on?
taxes. I want to talk about taxes, okay? And here's why. We had Bill Eigel in here last week, and we were talking about stuff and taxes and, hoping to get down to no income tax and no personal property tax. And the answer always comes out, not that he did this, but you always hear the answer, we got to cut spending. We got to cut spending. Oh, let's cut spending. Well, I'm so sick of that phrase because I don't know what it means because I never see it done. So what exactly do you cut?
Everything, anything.
Let's do it.
Many things. And the House, I will remind everyone, the Missouri House of Representatives of the General Assembly of the state of Missouri has taken the governor's budget, the proposed budget, over the last at least 3 fiscal years. I know for sure because I was up here embedded with the Freedom Caucus. This is my 3rd year with the Freedom Caucus, but I was in and out of Jefferson. I've been in and out of Jefferson. It's like, what do you say? What do you say, Vic? Once you get out, you think you get out, but then they pull you back.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
It's exactly the way it is with the Missouri General Assembly. I termed out in 2015, but I feel like I've never left the place because
That's
I've
good,
been in
though.
and out. The COVID years were weird. Like I would come here like once a session and walk the hall. It would nobody here. It was weird. It was a ghost town. But anyway, been here very religiously, very systematically over the last 3 cycles. Over the last 3 budget cycles, the last 3 fiscal years, the Missouri House has taken the governor's proposed budget and cut it dramatically. I'm not talking a few $1,000, a few $100,000. I'm not even talking a few $1,000,000. I'm talking several $billion. I know you love that phrase, billion with a B, Vic, with a B, not a Q or an X, but billion with a B. So the Missouri House has taken the governor's proposed budget over the last 3 cycles and whacked it. And what have they cut? They've cut what I would say is waste, fraud, and abuse. Look, I can give you example after example. One of the most famous examples, here's what happens. One of the most famous examples I remember from my speaker days. So we have tons of government buildings, right? The government has a bad habit of using taxpayer dollars like it grows on trees because it's not their money. And they'll buy a building, right? Or an office or something. And then they'll stock that building with things like phone lines. This is an antiquated example, but people remember what phone lines are, right? We actually used to have ports in our homes and we'd connect a phone to it. Some of you may still have landlines, right? So, I remember this because this was back in 2012, 2013. Our budget chairman told us this story. And they discovered, and then what happens is maybe the office is no longer used, or maybe that project is done, or maybe people have been relocated, whatever the case may be. All these phone lines that the state government workers needed are then dormant. They found dozens of phone lines that were just unconnected, not being used, but being paid for every single month. You take that example and multiply it out by however many thousands of times you want. There are your multi-millions, if not billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse. It may be other office buildings that I was speaking with Ben Baker, former state representative Ben Baker, who now works for the federal government, and he was put into the new role of like Midwest Director of Agriculture or something of that sort for the federal government. And he said, Tim, I walked into this mall. So over the last couple decades, the Department of Ag had bought this space in this old shopping center in mid-Missouri that wasn't really being utilized for much, and they repurposed it for their offices, but then they kept adding to it. And then basically it was empty. And there was furniture and there was computers and there was stuff. And the government doesn't do what do we do in our homes? We do spring cleaning, right? We go around the house. Oh, I don't need this anymore. I'll recycle it. I'll give it to charity. I'll throw it away, whatever the case may be. Oh, I'll go through my bills every month. Do I really need these 12 streaming services? Or maybe I only need 2. Okay, so I'll in those. Guys, the government doesn't do that because it's not their money. They don't care. They just let things roll. And so what these agencies do is they come in every year and they just add 5, 10, 15% to their budget request. And most of the time it gets approved. They move on. They often don't look at what they're using. So the House, the Missouri House, has actually done kind of that zero-based budgeting, starting every agency at zero. Okay, first of all, let's start with this question. How much money do you have in the bank, right? How much money do you have left over? Representative Darren Chappell, Missouri Freedom Caucus member, he discovered hundreds of millions of dollars that were being squirreled away by our Department of Education. I don't know if they were going to save it for a rainy day or whatever. They were hiding it from the members of the Missouri Budget Committee in the House. They were creating their own slush fund. So I could keep going. For the rest of your 3-hour tour with example after example after example. So the Missouri House they start the budget process in November, if not earlier every year. They start preparing things, they get things ready. Then they start having hearings in January. They have hearings every single day of session. It's not just a catchphrase. They literally will go line by line through the budget with all of these people occupying these agencies. And if people can't prove a return on investment or that they need the money or whatever, then they cross it out, right? Another example of waste, fraud, and abuse. When you have a job, every job is a line item, every state employee. Well, people, when they retire, a lot of times the agencies, they won't take those items off the books. They'll leave them there and thinking, well, we might need to fill it someday. But that takes up appropriation space as well. So long story short, the Missouri House, I got to give them credit for this. They have done serious budgeteering over the last several years, and have removed $4, $5, $6, $7 billion out of the budget. They've passed it to the Senate, and unfortunately, up until now, we've had a very, very liberal, hard to call him Republican, budget chairman who would simply put all the money back in and then roll the House, and that would be the greater increased budget for no reason whatsoever. That person has been removed from his post by Cindy O'Loughlin, the Speaker pro tem.
Well, that sounds awesome, Tim.
President pro tem. And that took some, I'll tell you what, there's a lady with some cojones, because that has never been done before. And it was oh my goodness, you would have thought that she set off a nuclear weapon. Oh my God. Oh, poor Lincoln Hoff. Oh.
Well,
you know, she's like, we're not doing it anymore. And so I don't know if the new guy, Rusty Black, is going to be any better, but maybe he should look at what happened to Lincoln Huff. And if he wants to keep his job, maybe he'll actually follow the House's lead and actually, Vic, cut the budget like the House has done.
And Tim, to Vic's point, why don't we do something like this? Is it possible? I'm going to ask you, is this possible? This is like a marketing thing I was thinking about. Maybe every time something's cut, we post it on the website. I know we spend millions of dollars for our Missouri websites, right, every year. So have somebody just take, this is their other little job, that every time they get something from the House or Senate that says, we cut this budget, we saved this money, I don't care how small it is, post it. And so
Missouri Freedom Caucus has done that the last 3 years on our Twitter feed. Mo Freedom Caucus on Twitter X. We've put the top line number. Well, guys, there's a lot of information out there, right? We can't follow everything all the time, but and that happened a year ago, right? We're 1 year hence. So we do, when the budget has been cut, we have said, look, here's the top lines. Last year, the budget was X. This year, the budget proposed by the House was X minus, $5 billion or whatever. The problem has been, Ken, unfortunately, we haven't gotten across the finish line because the very liberal previous budget chairman in the Senate has put all the money back in. So it's been the sound of one hand clapping. It's been the House doing what it should do in properly expending and appropriating the people's hard-earned dollars and giving back to them as much as possible. That's why, think about it, if you start cutting $4 to $5 billion every year and you keep going back and saying, okay, are we as lean and mean as we should? Are we doing what we should do as budget appropriators? Are we making sure that we are spending the people's money wisely? Are we preserving the social safety net for the truly needy? Not every Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, and Jill that doesn't really want to work for a living, but are we preserving the social safety net for the truly needy? Because if we're not, then we're actually hurting the truly needy, right? And so the House has done yeoman's work over the last many years in doing this. They just need a partner in the Senate who realizes it's tough times. The COVID cash, the Biden bucks, that ship has sailed. That money's draining out of the system, and it's about gone. And if you talk to people like Representative Darren Chappell of the Missouri Freedom Caucus, who's on the budget committee, he'll tell you that if we don't start cutting, then we're going to be deficit spending, which is something we're not allowed to do as a state.
So here's my plan. I think that in every office that has to deal with money, taxes, there should be a big sign as soon as they walk in that says, hey, this is not your money. What are you doing? Can you fit all that on one
people's
side?
Money.
Yeah, it's the people's.
It's the people's
that's
money.
even better. Hey, this is the people's money. What are you doing? All right, I'll work on those things.
And for every dollar that you take out of the hands of the people, of the private sector, of the folks just trying to eke out a living, raising their families, tilling the fields, running their farms, creating and managing their small businesses, for every dollar you take out of their pocket, fellas, and put it into the private sector, in my mind, that's a dollar wasted unless that dollar is truly going for the general welfare of the people. And I can tell you, out of a $53 billion budget, I would question whether, 2/3 of it is actually the amount that probably needs to go for the general welfare of the people. And the rest of it needs to be cut, slashed, burned, and sent right back from where it came from.
Okay, two quick things. When I say quick, I mean quick.
Yes.
Your post on Twitter, taxation on one's labor is theft. Abortion is murder. The right to defend oneself and one's family is a constitutional right granted by God. These truths are self-evident. Well done, sir.
And I can add one to that.
That's what they'll put on the Tim Jones Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Or on your grave.
So can I add one to that? Personal property taxes rental fee.
Yeah, throw that in there, too. Last thing, and then we'll go.
Yes.
I love the Olympics. I don't know if you've been watching the Olympics. I absolutely love
Every
it.
day.
Okay. So I love when they are proud to be Americans and they drape themselves in the American flag and they say, I love America.
Yes.
And then you got this Amber Glenn person. And here's Trump's Blonde is the name of this Twitter, this X account. It says, Amber Glenn placed 13th. I'm sorry. Amber Glenn is an American figure skater. Amber Glenn placed 13th in the Winter Olympics. Amber Glenn was expected to win and medal. Amber Glenn talked about our country prior to her event. Amber Glenn FA'd and found out.
Karma.
Karma, baby. It's karma.
Don't you love? I so do love the same. I'm an Olympics junkie like you are, Vic, and I've been watching lots of the coverage. And the part that gets me choked up and so proud to be an American are those American athletes who I know they have worked and trained and sacrificed and given so much of themselves for their love of country. And after they have a great run or a great race or a great performance, the ones that drape and wrap themselves in the American flag, Donald Trump style, that's what really gets me going.
Fantastic. Speaker of the House right here with Chris Arps later this afternoon starting at 4 o'clock. We're excited to have you out at the big Lincoln Days this Friday with Chris.
Yes, sir.
At the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center. So we'll be listening to that and you and Chris this afternoon. Thank you, Timmy.
No other station goes here, there, and everywhere. We'll have a star-studded lineup down there in Springfield, Missouri. Make sure you tune in. Or even better, if you're in the region down there in South Missouri, stop by. We'll be broadcasting live from statewide Lincoln Days. I think we're the only station in the state doing that. You know why? Because we can.
Whoosh, my brother.
And a double whoosh, Dry Hump Day Wednesday and Ash Wednesday to my favorite Christian white nationalist ultra mega brothers.
Whoosh, whoosh.
That's us. Yellow schmutz.
Thanks, Tim.
It's Ash Wednesday. All right, so Kenny, sometimes the Democrats just let their house of cards just fall by itself.
Yeah.
They sent AOC out to Munich. That didn't go so well, right? So we're going to hear some of that and discuss that a little bit.
You won't believe it.
Next on 101.9 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Like us on Facebook at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
As President Lincoln said,
What, do you have a cough due to cold?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Concerned about the condition of your windows driving up your energy bills? I was too. Until I called STL Windows and Doors. Call today for your free in-home estimate and start saving tomorrow. 314-277-5952 or stlwindowsanddoors.com.
Hey, Columbo here for Rockwood Charcoal. Rockwood is made from 100% pure Missouri oak and hickory, so you're cooking with the best and supporting local industry and a local business all at once. There's over 100 area Rockwood retailers. Find yours at rockwoodcharcoal.com.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Speaking to David Stokes, Director of Municipal Policy at the Show Me Institute, tell Chris and I about Waymo, these robo-taxis.
That is pretty obvious that these cars are much safer than human-driven cars. And much like I like horses, I like humans.
Dave, my God, man, they're killing cats.
I'm not an expert, but I do believe in the history of America that probably some human driving a car has also run over a cat.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
News Talk STL. News Talk STL. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Weird how?
Weird. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is a, this is, of course, a very longstanding policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point, and we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Did she use the word research?
Research and go. I thought she was going to say, and move our global positioning units toward the actual outcome of what's happening.
We just use Google Maps, like easy. Did she use the word research, really?
Yeah, I think she did.
Did she do any research before she went to this little meeting and answered this stupid question?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just guessing.
I'm
gonna spitball. Okay, she hasn't done any research at all.
I'm gonna go along with that. First of all, did she not think she was going to be asked questions sitting in front of a group of reporters?
Well, here's what's awesome is that we're going to hear a lot of audio right now from her, and she said that she studied this for weeks before. She prepped before going to this
research.
That's apparently what she did. Now, this is what she said, but because of her failures, it was not her fault. It was the fault of Trump.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, because according to her, it was well received by Europeans. That's because you weren't speaking English. Maybe they thought they were speaking their language, just roughly trying to translate it. I mean,
okay, right there. If it's true that the international community was right on board with her with whatever she was saying there, then they're idiots.
Right.
Sorry, but they are. Terrence Williams, I saw a post that he made. He made this post. No. It was oh my goodness, it's a lawyer, Leo Terrell.
Oh yeah.
He made this post on X and he said, he just went down the whole list of what he has done as far as being a lawyer, a prosecutor, whatever. And he said, and I can't understand what she's trying to say here.
Yeah. You know, she could have got away with this so easily by saying yes or no.
That's it.
She might have been wrong, but she wouldn't have sounded like an idiot.
Right.
Right? The question was, are we going to defend Taiwan if China invades? Now, that, to her defense, it's a tough question because you want to be careful what you say. Boots on the ground, American lives, all that stuff.
Right. Correct. So I'm inexperienced. I've never been a politician. I'm not a leader in our government. But if I was sitting there and someone asked me that, I would say, well, it's not my position right now to say exactly what I would want them to do, and I don't think I should say that at this point.
Now, Ken, see, but you don't have to add in the Trump factor. See, when she's asked a question, she's thinking, okay, well, what would Trump say in this? And then I have to say the opposite because he's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
See what I'm saying? And that fogged her brain a little bit into saying, well,
We've researched.
We've done our research, and we still don't know anything. All right, we got to hear some more because this is just great entertainment. So that's the Taiwan answer. Now, how did she get elected, I guess, is my question. You can be a complete idiot and get elected to Congress. That's what we're learning here with her.
This is proof.
So One would think if you're going to make an important, salient point about Venezuela, you better look at a globe first.
You know, we look at what happened in Venezuela, for example.
Stop.
Okay.
Cut the crap, okay? This is not every word has to have a Latina accent. Just certain words. Venezuela, Maduro, Latino, right? Like Obama did.
Yeah.
Why? Just say
Maduro.
And Venezuela. Just say it.
Right.
Do you think that you are being more attractive to voters by saying Venezuela?
It's a little virtue signaling type stuff where it's like I can relate to them because I am.
Because I'm Latino.
I'm Latino.
If you're a Latino, good.
You know, we look at what happened in Venezuela, for example. It is not a. It is not a remark on who Maduro was as a leader. He canceled elections. He was an anti-democratic leader. That doesn't mean that we can kidnap a head of state and engage in acts of war just because the nation is below the equator.
And the idiot's clap for her.
Is that it? Oh.
Yeah, I left that in.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
And by the way.
Okay. So here's the funny part about this, okay? Two funny parts about this. Venezuela is above the equator?
Mm-hmm. Every bit of it.
She said below the equator?
Mm-hmm.
She was so stern and so firm and so positive. Maybe she should have said equator. Then she would have got it right. The equator.
And she said but the problem with it is she said this is his reason for doing what he did because it's below the equator.
So.
But it's not.
Here's the second part that's terrible. Whoever she was speaking to,
they clapped.
Well, give her a big round of applause for saying that it's above the equator.
Right.
Or below the equator.
Right.
And she was on a roll there to match her Taiwan comments when you see, Taiwan is good one.
Well, so this is exactly what Kamala Harris does. She'll say words ahead of her thought, and then she has to cover the word. So listen to this part. You're talking about exactly right here.
Venezuela, for example. It is not a.
She said it is not a, and she wasn't sure what she was going to do with that, but she said it already.
So she had to say something.
So she has to go on with.
It is not a remark on who.
A remark on who he Maduro. So.
She's so stupid. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And why would you be so firm about below the equator when you're wrong? Why? Why would you do that?
And I read she said she prepped for this. She prepped a long time for this visit. If she did, she at least look at the map and say, okay, well, wait a minute, we've got to make sure it's above the okay. Got it.
All right. I'm done with that.
Okay.
Now Ken editorializes on our audio clip sheet, says that AOC seems to be better at word salad than Kamala.
I'll start last to first. I think this is a moment where we are seeing our presidential administration tear apart the transatlantic partnership.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Can I go back to the Maduro thing?
Yeah.
We know that Maduro canceled the election. She listed about 2 or 3 things that makes him a terrible, awful dictator of a leader.
Right.
Killer,
murderer, whatever.
I don't think kidnapped is the right word for somebody of that caliber.
No, it's not. But if she said anything else, it wouldn't fit the narrative.
Wait, no, yes, it would have, because she was saying he ignored elections. He did this. She gave us all the reasons why he's a terrible dictator.
Yeah.
So I don't think you use the word kidnap with the terrible dictator.
No, I agree.
I think the word took him out. Right?
Right, but that wouldn't fit their narrative, though.
People get kidnapped, and then don't say the beginning part. If it's the narrative, don't tell me how bad he is, and then tell me he was kidnapped.
I agree with that.
Okay, good.
our presidential administration tear apart the transatlantic partnership, rip up every democratic norm, and, really calling into question, as was mentioned by David Carney at the World Economic Forum, the rules-based order that we have, or question mark, do we have? And so I think one of the reasons why, not just myself, but many of our colleagues here, in fact, many Democrats that are here as well, is because we want to tell a larger story, that what is happening is indeed very grave. And we are in a new era, domestically and globally. There have been many leaders who've said we will go back. And I think we have to recognize that we are in a new day and in a new time. But that does not mean that the majority of Americans
I've had enough of this.
are ready.
I can't.
Thank you.
She's not saying anything.
I just thought of a new game we can play.
Okay.
A new game show. What in the world is AOC saying?
Yeah.
Do some game show music.
I got that.
Okay. Here's AOC, and she'll say something. You say, okay, contestant, what is she saying?
I think what we identify is that in a rules-based order, hypocrisy is vulnerability. And so I think what we are seeking is a return to a rules-based order that eliminates the hypocrisies around when too often in the West we look the other way for inconvenient populations.
Inconvenient population.
Rules-based, what did she say?
Rules-based hypocrisy?
Hypocrisy.
And so I think what we are seeking is a return to a rules-based order that
A rules-based order.
Order. What is-
eliminates the hypocrisies.
Not multiple hypocrisy, but the hypocrisies. The reason why I gave you this, Vic. This is these two that we just played are the Leo Terrell things.
Yeah.
That he listened to, and he said, I can't make it out. I don't know what she's saying.
Right.
And this is a guy who debates this stuff on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And he could not figure out what she was trying to say.
I've had enough of this crap. How about you?
Me too.
All right, Freedom 13 Gala taking place February 27th at the Foundry Arts Center in St. Charles from 6 to 11 o'clock. It's going to be a great event. It's going to help the Freedom 13 organization, and you should be there. Just go to NewstalkSTL.com for all the details. All right, it's fish fry season. So the Incarnate Word fish fry representatives are here. One day we'll get them to wrestle with Tim.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
That's next on News Talk STL.
I know a guy who's tough but sweet. He's so fine he can be beat.
Follow us on Rumble at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
On News Talk STL.
Cost of what?
I don't know.
If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
Jobs.
Oh, I hate paying too much for that.
I know.
Yeah. All right, so the weather's getting nicer. Today is going to be really, really nice, above average temperatures. And that's going to remind us that pretty soon that tree in your backyard, the leaves are going to start growing. It's going to look beautiful unless there's a problem. If your tree is sick, got the solution for you. Stan, Clement, and everybody at Roots Plus is the answer because their mission in life is to save as many trees as possible. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah.
So go onto the internet and find them, and they'll come by and they'll take a look. They'll take the stethoscope out and listen to it. No, they won't do that. But that would be fun.
That's what I envision every time you say that.
Next time he comes out, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to get my wife's stethoscope.
Like a lab coat and stuff.
A lab coat,
Yeah.
And by the way, I'll say Tim Burr. If they're not going to say Tim Burr, somebody's got to say Tim Burr.
Somebody does.
Because I've always wanted to be a lumberjack. I'm a lumberjack, and I'm okay. Okay. If they can't save the tree, the money you spent towards saving the tree will go towards its removal. That's a fair deal. So go get Stan on the internet at rootsplusllc.com.
And do it now because it's the season. We're getting ready for the beautiful spring. You want a beautiful tree.
Get in the front of the line.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
rootsplusllc.com.
If you have a phone, you have a radio.
Yes, I listen on my phone.
Download the all-new Newstalk STL app.
Love the all-new Newstalk STL app.
It is awesome.
And listen anytime.
Love the Newstalk STL app.
Anywhere.
Get ready for fun in the sun with screaming deals at the St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show, February 20th through 22nd at America Center.
Take advantage of special show pricing on hundreds of boats, plus non-stop entertainment. Go to stlouisboatshows.com for more info.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on Newstalk STL 1019. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com. Or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Ever feel like just a number in a waiting room? Hi, I'm Shannon Tribune, Director of Operations with Body of Health Direct Primary Care. Navigating the medical system can be a maze of stress. I'm your personal guide at Body of Health. I handle the messy parts of medical care, the logistics and complex coordination, both in and outside our walls, so you and Dr. Tobler, that's my dad, can focus on what matters most, your health. At Body of Health, you're not just a patient, you're part of the family, because that's healthcare the way it ought to be. To learn more, schedule a discovery call at bodyofhealth.com.
Fox News commentary with Craig Gutfeld. Next.
If you're over 40 and plan to retire someday, the window to protect what you've built may be smaller than you realize. As retirement moves from someday to on the horizon, protecting what you've built becomes just as important as growing it. And that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. They help investors reduce risk by adding gold and silver to their portfolios. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult with your tax or financial professional before making investment decisions.
Here's Greg Gutfeld.
So you've heard, probably only here on Fox, that the murder rate has fallen to its lowest level in 125 years. Violent crime also down across every category in cities across the country. Now, that's neutral, raw data, which should make for an objective headline, you'd think. Well, here's how Axios framed it. Quote, crime plunges in major cities despite Trump's crackdown rhetoric. Despite. That one word tells you everything. They're basically arguing that crime is down despite the crime crackdown. It makes no sense. But this is what you do when you cannot deny numbers that make someone you hate, like Trump, look good. So instead, you manipulate or deliberately misinterpret data to protect the narrative. Bottom line, real stats measure outcomes. If your policy works, the numbers improve. If it doesn't, they don't.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken.
Oh, what's wrong with you? It's either this show or indigestion. I hope it's indigestion. Right. It'll get better in a little while.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 Newstalk STL.
Do we need that crap from Two Puppets, really?
No.
So this song, and More Than Words, made 30, 40-year-old women go out and buy this album by Extreme, right? And then track number one was Get the Funk Out.
We used to play it.
Blew them across the kitchen, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is great, and More Than Words is great, too. All right, we are officially into Lent. So everybody's got to be good for a little while anyway. And the fish fry wars, you know, Speaker Tim called them out. And two representatives from Incarnate Word are here, Bryan and Don, who both came in last year, too. It was pretty seeing you guys. So let's do, you know what? Let's just throw the stuff right back at Speaker Tim, okay?
Yeah.
Don has what would you call it? A
commendation.
Commendation from the mayor of Chesterfield.
Wow.
Best Lenten fish fry in Chesterfield is Incarnate Word. Sorry, I don't drink before the show. So my wife says some air gets under your diaphragm. I said, excuse me, I don't wear a diaphragm. She's like, never mind.
Whatever.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. So
TMI.
Right.
Exactly
Sorry.
right.
Sorry. This Friday's first Friday.
Yes.
What can we expect on the menu, Brian?
Well, we started last Friday. We're the only fish fry in St. Louis that starts the Friday before.
Now, why do you do that? Just to get a jump on things, or?
Yeah.
Make sure we remember what we were doing from last year.
So it's practice.
Yes.
What do I do with all this fish?
Yeah.
Fry it.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You don't boil it?
We're
No, you fry it.
Oh yeah, we have a Cajun style fish fry.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the Cajun style, Brian.
Yeah, we have a baked tilapia of cod, gumbo, hush puppies.
Wait. Cajun style cod, right? Let's just stop right there.
No, it's Cajun style tilapia.
Oh.
So we have Cajun style tilapia.
I heard
we
the
have
word cod.
Fish. Well, we do have the fried cod. You have to have a fried cod for a fish fry. But we also we have shrimp tacos. We have red beans and rice.
Wow.
And then we have the gumbo, and it's seafood gumbo. The gumbo is actually all it's not a package. It's all homemade. They brown make the roux, etc. So it's pretty real stuff. And the baked tilapia, I know that he's out there puts it's in oil or whatever on it, and then he's got his container of slap your mama. And,
excuse me, Holmes. Slap your mama.
Yeah, that's what I want. No,
Two of those, please.
I actually got my brother. I went up to Michigan on vacation. I saw this whole store was called Really Good Stuff.
Yeah.
Only the other word.
Yeah.
And on the container, it was really good. The
Really?
best really good
Wait,
stuff.
on the container?
On the container.
So on the shelves, people have to look at that. And
Oh, they had more. They had many more names. But that particular one I gave my brother as a gift. He still has it to this day. This was 10 years ago, but he just refills it.
That's so funny.
Really good stuff.
Really good stuff. So the Incarnate Word. Now, I get confused sometimes. You can help me out on this, Don. I used to get a call from the girls at Incarnate Word every day when I was doing the deli on the river for years and years. But that's not your Incarnate Word.
That's correct. That's Incarnate Word Academy over in, I believe, Normandy.
Now, why are there more than one? Why?
Well, we're the parish.
Okay, that
so
makes sense.
it's the church, and there's also a grade school, and then Incarnate Word. The academy is an all-girls school in Normandy that's been there. Don't know how many years they've been around. I know my mother-in-law, who would be 89 years old, graduated from Incarnate Word Academy. So it's been around quite a while.
Give an example. Another example. Like St. Joseph Academy, many have heard. Some people think that's part of a St. Joe Manchester parish. It's not. It's the same story as Incarnate Word. They're two separate entities that happen to have St. Joseph in the name, just like the Incarnate Word Academy and Incarnate Word Parish.
Oh, okay.
They're two separate things. They're all under the archdiocese, but they're separate entities altogether.
Gotcha.
So that's the best way to explain that.
So 7 straight Fridays of fried and baked fish fun. Now, I don't know if I asked you this last year or not, or if you do it or not. Do you do like a drive-through situation where you can order in advance?
Yeah, you can order online and online on the site at stlfishfry.com.
Wait a minute, you guys got stlfishfry.com?
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you pick a time you plan on coming by, pick it up, and then you come to the front of the church parking lot, and they'll bring you. Let the kids that are runners know, and then as soon as the food's ready, they'll bring it out to them.
I love that. I love that the kids bring it out.
This is where the grade school kids come in handy.
And they must love to do it.
They love to do it.
Gives them a sense of pride.
They get fed afterwards.
Yeah.
And
that's right. They're just doing it for the food.
We make a little donation to the classroom at the class at the end of the year.
Nice.
Growing up in South County, I went to Washington Elementary School and Washington Junior High School, and every year, man, they had this fish fry, and my parents loved it because it was pretty inexpensive, right? But all they had back then was catfish. You know, they'd bread it and they'd put it in there, and you got what you got. You know,
Right.
It sounds like you guys really are going all
Have
out.
a menu.
Yeah, have a menu. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, we do have cod and we do have the tilapia. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, and like I said, the menu theme with a bit of Cajun it's a niche. We decided, I don't know how long ago, at least 5 years or more ago, to do a Cajun style type fish fry, and we've had large crowds ever since.
That's great.
And there's a number of fish fries that I've seen that if they could do the niche, they could actually increase attendance. So that's kind of what set us apart. Before that, from what I was told, we were just like your average run-of-the-mill garden variety fish fry.
Right.
Weren't doing too much business, but now, holy cow.
I can see why.
Yeah.
People in St. Louis, I know we're not near an ocean or anything, but man, we love our fish.
Who doesn't?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Ken, I want you to know something here, buddy.
Yeah, Vic.
Don't.
I'm not.
STLfishfry.com.
Yeah.
I'm on the website. I'm
Okay.
looking for the menu, but it says Nights on with the Vic Porcelli Show on Ash Wednesday.
There you go.
So it's right on
Yeah.
the web. We appreciate that
Yeah,
very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
All right.
Second Ash Wednesday in a row that we've been here.
We appreciate you.
He's got a scorebook at home.
Okay.
How many Ash Wednesdays they're here?
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be the other night. I looked at the day like, wow.
All right, let's look at the fish
Okay.
fry menu here, okay? Fried cod. By the way, how was that catfish back in the day?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was good. It was a little, maybe sometimes a little dry, but I'm sure you guys have worked all that out.
Oh, yeah.
They know what they're doing. So here's what I love, too. It's got what you can get and then a picture of what you can get.
Okay.
And if it doesn't look delicious, nobody's going to get it.
Exactly.
Right.
And it looks delicious, so that's a good thing. Fried cod, how much you think?
Oh wow, probably like $8.99.
Oh, God. $4.
Really?
$4.
See, that's another part of it.
Fried shrimp, how much?
Same
answer.
around. I'd say about
$4.
the same thing.
$4.
Really?
Yeah. Baked tilapia fish taco, Cajun seafood gumbo with cod and shrimp in it, and fried codfish taco. So if I go on this and then I say, okay, I want this and this and this, and then it goes right to you, is that it?
Right.
And then the kids bring it out?
Exactly.
From what times to what times on Fridays?
We're from 4. Go ahead, Brian.
4 to 7 every Friday from last Friday all the way through March 27th.
Brian, when's your birthday?
Mine's in June.
Huh. Ken, when's your birthday?
November.
Huh. Don, what's your birthday?
March 8th.
I'll
be
be
precise.
damned. March 8th. It's my birthday.
Huh?
We share a birthday.
Do you really?
Yep. Pisces, right?
Exactly.
Well,
Pisces.
yeah. Well, I guess if you say.
What?
Never
No,
mind.
say it now. You can't go that far and not say it. Now say it.
We share the same birthday. Pisces, right?
What's wrong with that?
Well, because you already established that.
Fish. You got it? Fish.
Yes.
Oh, God, I'm so stupid. So it's a Pisces fry.
It's a Pisces.
Something like
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So he asked me, was there any time when your birthday wasn't during Lent? And I don't think it was. I think
I remember. I don't know how many years ago it was, but I swore it was on Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
But other than that, I always remember as a kid that, trying to eat cake and being in Lent and giving up sweets for Lent and everything like that, that it was always a challenge.
And we had to be good on our
Yes,
birthday.
exactly.
Who wants to be good on your birthday?
Right. You want to cheat. You want to have cake.
You want to, you want to have Fat Tuesday all the time. And then up comes Ash Wednesday.
Well,
A little schmutz.
Yeah.
Robert Klein. I was trying to think of his name yesterday.
Yeah.
It's Robert Klein who said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's the one that does the blues song where he's playing the harmonica and his foot's going up and down. And the first word of the song is, I can't stop my leg. All right, Don and Bryan, appreciate you guys coming out every year. Is there anything we're leaving out? Anything you want? Anybody want to say hi to? What would you like to say there, Don?
Well, one of the things is that there are desserts. That
No, nobody said desserts.
No.
Go ahead, Don. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, we have the Ladies Auxiliary, which sells desserts, but we also have the school kids have a baking club, and the Miss Lisa, who runs the kitchen, has a little baking club with kids. So they prepare, they have cannolis and et cetera that they sell, and the kids make a little profit off of it.
Good.
But that's one of the other additions that they don't have.
Now, how old are the girls learning this? I'm sorry, kids learning this?
8th grade.
That's pretty good, because cooking is okay as far as difficulty, but baking is chemistry, man.
Exactly.
You can't make any mistakes. You can't put too much this, too much that. You ruin the whole thing.
So I just wanted to note here that I'm looking on the site now too, and it says pick up at 13416 Olive Boulevard Parish school front parking lot Friday at 4:05 p.m. So everybody has to do the pickup at the same time.
No.
Well, that's the first pickup time.
Oh, okay.
Anytime between then and literally up to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Sorry. 7 o'clock is when you can pick up. You can select the pickup time, but the first pickup time is 4:05.
Okay.
That's cool.
So that's the first one, and it's like in 10-minute increments.
I'm just trying to get everybody prepared.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that the kids get involved in this.
I do too.
I love it. And you're right down the street from the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official
Exactly.
bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Do you know Diane?
No, I don't.
She's an awesome lady.
Been by there, the shop a million times. I live in that area, so yeah.
What a great
Make a
person.
stop
She's
in.
just wonderful. Yeah.
All right, so let's review here. It is the Incarnate Word Knights of Columbus Lenten Fish Fry. They have a commemoration, Best Lenten Fish Fry in Chesterfield, I'm just saying. Starting on February 13th, that's right, they cheat. They do an hour, a week early just to get everything ready, right? I don't mean to say cheat, you know what I'm saying. 4 to 7 o'clock, kids will bring it out. Oh, let me ask this an important question for the kids. If the kids bring the food out, can you slip the kids a little $10 bill?
I don't know if they'd accept it.
Really?
Yeah, they're
But you can try,
they're
right?
doing it.
You can try, Vic.
It's their service hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd want a tip.
Yeah.
And a bunch of eager beavers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good.
All right, Bryan and Don, always good to see you guys.
You too, guys.
Give
Thank
our
you very
best
much.
to everybody there. Have a good fish fry.
Yeah.
And come back and see us whenever you want. You
And
want to know the
we'll
truth?
We'll do.
Anybody whose birthday is on March 8th can come in whenever they want.
Yeah, come
Right.
to the fish fry, guys.
Oh, we'll be visiting.
Oh, yeah.
Best fish fry in Chesterfield. Sorry, best Lenten fish fry in Chesterfield, according to the mayor. Don, Bryan, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Vic for Vets on 101.9 and 94.1. News Talk STL, #1 for live and local conservative talk.
Woosh, woosh. Tony Colombo here for Gutter Pros and Exteriors, your all-in-one service team that brings years of experience and quality that's affordable right to your doorstep. Christine and I discovered Gutter Pros and Exteriors when we bought our home and inherited a gutter problem. And they've also repaired siding damage on our home because along with gutter repair, gutter installation, and leaf protection, the Gutter Pros team are also the best for repairing other exterior damage, including fascia, soffit, and all siding repair and installation. Learn about all the ways Gutter Pros and Exteriors can help your home or business right now at gutterpros.com.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Home power used to be simple. Now the car plugs in, the scooter plugs in, the space heater plugs in, and your electric panel starts popping.
That sounds bad, but I like popcorn.
Popcorn is great, sparks are not. Call Grasser. We'll upgrade your panel so you can run it all.
Electric and plumbing, the Grasser way.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeservices.com.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work. Real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Several firefighters and a pastor are fighting for their lives following a suspected gas explosion in a church in upstate New York.
New York State Police say the blast hit the Abundant Life Fellowship Church Tuesday morning. Police say 2 patients were in critical condition, including a firefighter. They say 3 others suffered injuries that do not appear life-threatening. State troopers say they see no early signs of criminal activity and that the church apparently used propane cylinders for heat. I'm Julie Walker.
The 2026 National Religious Broadcasters Conference continues today in Nashville, bringing together some 3,000 Christian broadcasters from as far away as Israel, India, and Australia. Dr. Albert Mohler of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary says the convention reminds attendees they've got to stand firm in their scriptural beliefs.
The tendency in a fallen world is towards decay. You know, energy dissipates into non-energy. Orthodoxy dissipates into liberalism without an awful lot of attention. And so I'm very thankful to be among the evangelicals who are very glad to hold fast to the faith once for all delivered to the saints. And, you know, even at the movement at NRB, over time, this organization has learned that it has a very important gatekeeping responsibility.
Dr. Mohler singled out Christian talk radio as one of the most powerful delivery systems. More alleged drug cartel boats have been targeted by the U.S.
The military says 3 boats accused of smuggling drugs in Latin American waters were hit, killing 11 people. It's one of the deadliest days of the Trump administration's campaign against alleged traffickers. Videos posted by Southern Command show the boats either moving or bobbing in the water before the explosions engulf them in flames. People can be seen sitting in 2 of the small open vessels before they're destroyed. At least 145 people have been killed since the administration began targeting those it calls narco-terrorists in small vessels since early September. Ed Donahue, Washington.
More at townhall.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. A lot of us are thinking about taxes, home projects we've been putting off, ways to get ahead financially in 2026. Now's the perfect time to talk to my friends at Fellowship Home Loans. If you want to lower your mortgage payment, they can help you refinance. If you need access to cash for home improvements or to wipe out high-interest debt, their fixed-rate line of credit is one of the best tools out there. Fast approval, predictable rate, and flexibility to use your home's equity wisely. Remember, many people still qualify to skip their next 2 mortgage payments. Imagine starting big projects or paying down debt with 2 months of breathing room. My family and I have used Fellowship personally. I trust these guys. Take control of 2026. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE. That's 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
Hey, it's Susie Moore. If new flooring makes you think hassle, think again, because Michael's Flooring is changing the game. For over 30 years, Michael's has been locally owned and trusted for quality, variety, and amazing service. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, or ceramic tile, their expert team makes installing new floors exciting, not stressful. That's why customers keep coming back. Visit Michael's Flooring at St. Peter's, Starting Prairie, Creve Coeur, or online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on NewstalkSTL. And you can visit us at INHSTL.com. That's INHSTL.com.
Looking for unbelievable deals? Stop by Overstock Outlet in Lake St. Louis or Warrenton. Open 7 days a week. Discover big savings on a huge variety of merchandise with no hassle. Just great prices. Visit us in Lake St. Louis on Highway N or in Warrenton on Boones Lake. Check out our Facebook page at Overstock Outlet Lake St. Louis or go online to OverstockOutletSTL.com. Unbeatable value, friendly service, and you never know what we'll have at Overstock Outlet.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, two behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
All righty, it's our last hour of our 3-hour tour, courtesy of the great Ken Williams. Mark Harder is going to be along in just a second here, and we also have our chat box to get to, and chat box is pretty lively. Some people are, well, one person's about the Amber Glenn thing. Not that what I said about her, but just that the ice skating, the women's figure skating is not over. There's still a long program and all that.
Oh, yeah.
All I wanted to do was make fun of her because she sat in the middle of the ice and cried, and she was bad-mouthing our country.
Yeah.
That bugs me. It bugs me.
It bothers me.
Go skate for another country.
Just do that.
Just do that. just do that. All right, Mark Harder in a second. Right now, though, it's time for Vic. For bets. Submitted by Chrissy Whitaker from Michael Funeral Home. Jack Nestor served in the Korean War, received the National Defense Service Medal and the Good Conduct Medal. Jack was a member of the AMVETS Post 6. Jack also an avid motorcycle rider, and Jack's family is requesting a motorcycle escort to his final resting place. Now, I hate when people die. I shouldn't have just said out loud. But when somebody passes away who was a motorcycle enthusiast, and we can get other motorcycle enthusiasts to escort him to Jefferson Barracks for his final resting place, it just does my heart good.
He would look down and be so proud.
Yeah. So here's the deal. 10:15 to meet at Michael Funeral Home. Michael Funeral Home is at 5930 Southwest Avenue. It's this Friday, by the way. 5930 Southwest Avenue, 63139. And then the funeral procession to Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery with an 11:30 roadside service. And, we can honor Jack Nestor. Now, to see, even if it were dozens of bikers come into Jefferson Barracks Cemetery is an awesome sight.
Yeah.
But what if there were like 100 or more? Would that be great?
Be amazing, yeah. It'd be so fun for Jack.
Paul Spool, who we know does the barbecue, the AMVETS barbecue, where I got this snazzy, sexy hoodie. Put a thing up on Facebook for all the AMVETS, so a lot of people saw that. So I hope a lot of bikers see it and come out and escort Mr. Nestor to his final resting place.
Yeah, and Paul, we need to get a phone call maybe on Friday at whatever time you guys are going to do this. Well, what time are they meeting?
10:15.
10:15, okay. Yeah, that's perfectly. Anytime after that, just give us a call and we'll get you on the air for a second just to talk about it.
We'll preempt something.
Well, yeah.
Just to talk for a couple minutes about
yeah.
it. And if you could, if we could get them all to start up those bikes at the same time.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, my God. We'd record that and save it for a later date.
You got that right.
All right, so thank you to Jack Nestor for serving our country, and I thank you in advance if you're a motorcycle rider, to help escort Mr. Nestor to his final resting place. Vic for Vets couldn't do it without the support of Alamo Military Collectibles, Gemini Wealth Group, and Heroes Care INC. All right.
From the county of St. Louis,
Crime issues, economic development.
this is Mark Harder.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Did I get my gold medal? It's a gold medal.
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. Do we?
What
have
did
a
you
gold
do?
medal? I don't know.
Well, you got to do something.
Well,
you don't
music.
just get a gold medal.
Play the music. Everybody gets gold medals.
I thought
participation.
Is that how that goes?
I thought it did.
You know.
We're playing. We don't get any gold.
Well, we could do
We don't
that.
even get silver or bronze.
We need to get the 3 boxes in here for the 3 of us.
Well, Mark did give me a coin once.
Did I get a coin?
Yeah, I gave you a quarter.
No, you gave him a coin.
That was when I was panhandling. Now.
That's
that
right.
doesn't count.
Yeah, you were out on Page Avenue.
Is it the Mayor Mike coin?
No, I don't think I've given you. I've had my own challenge coins, but I'm out of them right now. But I've given you.
No, he gave you one.
A challenge coin. Okay.
Okay, so just before we get into the business here, and I got to bring it up again because I love it, and I don't think we talked about it this morning yet on the air. It was off the air. There's a commercial running during the Olympics, and this girl, cute as a button, about 10, 12 years old. She's standing at the top of her stairs at her house, and she's got a helmet on. She's breathing like she's nervous. And she puts her goggles on, and then she rides a mattress down the stairs. And it's a spiral staircase, so she's got to make the turn like the bobsleds. And she crashes into a bunch of pillows, and she wins the gold medal on the commercial.
But the cute part of it is they also pan to the stairs before she goes down, and there are a bunch of her stuffed animals along the way, like
the crowd.
like the crowd.
yeah.
I love it, man.
And then the very end, she's got the gold medal, so she's on a chair, and then another stuffed animal's on a chair a little bit lower.
Right.
And then so it's even like the heights of the
It's like a milk
silver
crate or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Good stuff. I absolutely love that commercial. My favorite commercial of the Olympics. Okay.
That is.
So, Mr. Harder.
Yes.
What's going on with? Well, first of all, let's talk about the dogs because I know that the dogs. You guys are you need people donate and to
always need
adopt
people
and foster.
foster. Yes. Anyone. We always need people that will adopt and foster. We will be having, I believe, I'm not sure, in the next quarter, we'll be having one of the free adoption weekends where we don't charge for the adoption.
That's great.
And so we're doing those, or the administration is doing those, I think, quarterly, 4 times a year to do that. But no, we got some great animals over there. We got cats. Everybody talks about the dogs, but there's cats too. We even probably have a few snakes every once in a while.
Did you say snakes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, oh, yeah?
I was there. I
Oh.
got a cat recently.
Did you get a snake?
No, but I saw the snakes, and I really wanted one because I had one. I used to have one, but my wife wouldn't let
She'd
me.
free. Yeah.
What did you feed the snake?
The cat.
They call them. Stop. Mice.
Yeah.
Speaking of mice.
Wait a minute. Before you get there, hold the thought, though. I was in Petco with my wife. We always go, and she looks at all the fish, right? The one in Fenton, the fish is right as soon as you walk on the left, and then the mice and the hamsters are all in the middle aisle there. So I like looking at the animals. I look at them, looking at the mice and everything. And this guy buys about 6 of them, you know. And I said, oh, wow. He goes, yep, dead mouse walking.
Yeah.
I said, what? I feed him to my snake. I was like, oh, my God. I couldn't watch that. I could not watch an animal eat another animal right in front of me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you could. If you had a snake and you love the snake and the snake has to eat, what do you think? What are you going to feed him?
Set him free. Let him go eat wild animals.
Well, then he's eating animals still.
But I don't have
Vic.
to see it,
Oh, okay.
and it's not a wild animal. A mouse in a cage is a domesticated animal.
Well, speaking of that, you brought this up. Over the weekend, I parked my car outside one night, okay? Came out the next day, it wouldn't start. You know, it's a fairly new car. I thought, oh, you know, must be a warranty issue, whatever. Call the dealer. They towed it to the dealer, checked it out. Turns out I had some type of varmint infestation, and they bit through 4 cables on the engine that wouldn't let it start.
My daughter's car.
I mean, these
same
are
thing.
like 1 inch. Some of them are like almost 1 inch type cables. I mean, it's ridiculous. $3,000 worth of damage. I had to turn it into my insurance, of course, but I never had that. All my life, never had any kind of in one night, in a 24-hour period. They got up underneath the hood and bit through 4 different wiring harnesses on that car.
My daughter went through the same exact thing. Yeah, it was crazy. She was at a national park, so it was a little more relevant.
Right.
But, yeah, it was literally like within that week. It went from none to like a group of little mice that got in there and just started eating everything up.
Yeah, just crazy. So that's my mice story.
What's delicious about wires?
I don't know.
By the way, what's delicious about paper towels? Because Sally can't keep away from paper towels.
Rudy the same way.
What the hell? All right. So what's going on with the council?
Well, with the council, we had a meeting yesterday. We are still working with our Transportation and Public Works Department on negotiations dealing with whether we're going to move to Northwest Plaza, or what they call the crossings. We're still working on that.
Wait, what's going to move there?
Our offices from the county.
So that's where the meetings will be?
No, the meetings won't be there, but the staff will move from Clayton to the crossings development, which is in St. Anne's. So
I don't know if I would like that if I were one of the people.
Well, you're not going to. Well, we're working on it. So that's what we're trying to negotiate for that space.
Good thing you don't work there.
Because we have to be out of Clayton. Clayton is kicking us out at the end of 27 because the building is not fire code, not to their fire code because we don't have sprinklers. It's been that way since the building was built, and so they've given us a number of deadlines, and so end of 27 is our deadline with the city of Clayton. So we're going to have to move. I don't know if you saw last week, Paige got on Facebook and other places and talked about cuts that he's going to bring about in services to the county, which is kind of ridiculous because, back in October, he gave us a budget that was almost $81 million over budget. We cut it back to $40 million over budget. And now he is trying to be the fiscal conservative here. And, we got to cut. We're going to close this pool, and we're going to close that pool, and we're going to close the office in my district that people can go to and, pay bills and things like that. And these are marginal cuts, for what they're doing. These are marginal fringe type cuts. And so I called him out on it last night at the meeting and talked about, we cut $2.5 million out of his budget for his department, for the county executive branch, and have not seen any movement there at all, meaning there's nobody being laid off or we don't see anything happening there. So, I called him out on that as well. But everything that happens now, last week we talked about, we had a high insurrection, I call it a riot, in the jail last week. And, he says it's because budget cuts. I'm like, no, you don't have inmates that riot because of budget cuts. They don't care about budget cuts,
This budget's too high. Let's go. Let's fight.
That's right. Yeah. So we're still looking into that. I'm getting kind of the runaround with a lot of the folks dealing with the jail right now. I put in a sunshine request for a lot of different information. I requested videotapes. I requested reports. I requested statements from different people that were working that day. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. We do have a meeting about the jail on Thursday that people can tune into Thursday afternoon and listen to the jail director explain this away. It'll be interesting to see what she has to say.
Mark, that Sam Page was he's a lame duck. He's halfway out the door anyway.
Right.
I would watch him. Because here's what I think he's doing. He's going to do.
Yeah.
He's going to have little vendettas against certain areas of St. Louis County. And if he's closing pools in certain areas, you might want to look into why he's closing it in that particular area.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good observation.
Well, we know based on what he's done so far, and I still think he's not done. So he picked my district to close the county office that we have out by Marquette High School off of Clarkson Road. He's picked the pool in Rita Days' district at St. Vincent's Park. They're going to close that pool for the summer. He picked Kennedy Pool down in South County, which is Mike Archer's district, and he's going to close that for the summer down there as well. So he hasn't picked some of the others. We're waiting. We'll see if Miss Clancy gets anything shut down in her district or not.
So is this a done deal with these pools?
at this point, yeah, we'll see.
You can't override it or anything?
Veto?
No, because he's in charge of the administration of these things. We can complain about it. He's blaming it on that these pools have maintenance issues, and they're not going to invest in fixing them, so they'll just close them. So he's using that as an issue. He's saying that the office in my district is up for renewal on the lease, and this would be a good time to get out of that lease. I disagree, and working to try to possibly restore that, or we're looking for another location that we can combine the county office in South County and the county office in West County at another location, hopefully in the Fenton area. And that's a project I would like to see. I think it would be a better use of the resources. But these are the petty things that he's done in the last week. We'll see if he's got some more up his sleeve in the coming weeks. But hopefully by April he'll be gone, and, ding dong.
So I have a question. Where are the meetings going to be when they move out of the building and go to North
by
County?
charter, we've talked about this. By charter, we have to meet in Clayton because Clayton is the county seat. Now, we could change by a vote of the people. We can change the county seat, and that's a possibility. But until such time, we will meet in the police building, most likely, which has a meeting room with a dais, if and when all this happens. And that would be after, 27, 28, 29 time frame.
I'm confused on why the move to North County? Is that?
Well, we've looked. There's not a lot of space, and if somebody has space, we need 80,000 square feet of space, office space. So we were able to find. We found two locations: one in Brentwood and one at the Crossings in St. Anne.
Brentwood is so much closer to the county seat.
Yeah. Well, again, but more expensive. So the space we have in St. Anne's that we're looking at is least expensive. We already have offices there. And so it would be more of a central hub for all the offices, and we could do some consolidation. But if somebody's got 80,000, if any of your listeners have 80,000 square feet of office space somewhere in the county, we're all ears at this point.
Ken, you got 80,000 square feet?
No, I don't. But if you'd like to donate, let Mark know.
Yeah, we'll take free space.
Yeah.
So,
all right, buddy.
Or greatly discounted.
What's coming up on the on the Insider Show?
Well, we got a show this weekend. We've got Ron Kitchens, who's the new director of Gateway or St. Louis, Greater St. Louis Inc., which is a group downtown that advocates for the St. Louis area. We've got Mike Clement, who's the mayor of Manchester.
Mayor Mike.
Mayor Mike,
yeah.
So, he's not going to run in April.
Oh.
So he's done, and he's had, almost 20 years in political office. So we're going to talk to him about his legacy and things that he's proud about. We're going to talk about that with him. And then I've got our friend Mr. Stokes is going to be on, and he will talk about some things that he's working on and some of the things that he's against. So
David Stokes coming in here?
No, he'll be on. They'll all be on the phone today.
Okay, whatever.
So
see the look on Vic's face.
Can't get Stokes to come in here.
Yeah.
That is at Sunday, 5 o'clock, right?
Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Mark Carter, thank you so much.
Be there, be square.
I'll be square. And there. Same time. All right, Kenny, we haven't talked about the big Guthrie case, so let's talk about that when we get back.
Yeah.
Because this white-haired sheriff, I think he got the job that day. I really do.
Yeah.
That's next. Stick around.
Follow us on Rumble at NewstalkSTL. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
I have no idea.
On NewstalkSTL. NewstalkSTL. Always streaming on your smart speaker, our mobile app, or NewstalkSTL.com.
They served our country with honor. Now it's our turn to serve them. Join the freedom13.org for an unforgettable gala honoring America's heroes, February 27th at the Foundry Arts Center in St. Charles. A special evening supporting Freedom 13's bold mission. 50 camps in 50 states on more than 50,000 acres, building 650 homes for veterans, police, and their families. Tickets and sponsorship opportunities are available now. Visit thefreedom13.org. That's thefreedom13.org.
Simply Health with Dr. Bryan Deloney.
Peptides are everywhere right now for fat loss, healing, brain health, even longevity. But are they safe? Are they hype, or are they the future of regenerative medicine? This week, we break down the truth about peptides, what works, what's misunderstood, and what you need to know. Don't miss it.
Simply Health, Saturdays at noon on NewstalkSTL. To find out more about Simply Health Integrated Medical, log on to simplyhealthintegrated.com.
Hey everybody, Senator Eric Schmidt here, inviting you to the statewide Lincoln Day celebration, February 20th through the 22nd. It's going to be a great weekend with fellow patriots. We'll talk about how we're going to continue to save this country, deliver on President Trump's agenda, and also celebrate America 250. So join us there. It'll be a lot of fun.
Learn more about the 2026 Lincoln Days and get tickets at Missouri.gop. That's Missouri.gop. Paid for by the Missouri Republican Party. Jennifer Finch, Treasurer.
This Winter Games Update brought to you by Corel Roofing and Best Buy Flooring.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2026 Winter Games. With one final chance to earn a medal in Milan Cortina, American alpine skier Michaela Schifrin ends an 8-year medal drought. She smashed the field by 1.5 seconds to win gold in women's slalom, her best event.
I know my level of slalom skiing. When it's good, I know what's possible. And sometimes the hardest thing is to do the best skiing. Just to be able to show up for 2 runs, 47 seconds. It's not always easy. Sometimes it feels impossible. But in the end today, it was to take away the noise and to just be simple with it.
Schifrin has 3 career gold medals, also winning slalom 12 years ago in Sochi. She's now tied with snowboarder Shaun White and bobsledder Kaylee Humphreys for second most golds by a U.S. Winter Olympian. With this Winter Games update, I'm Erica Herskowitz, Westwood One Sports.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE-certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
All the information I need on the drive to work.
Mike Ferguson in the morning. I keep it on throughout the day, whether it's local, national, or something big that's happening overseas.
News, analysis, and opinion.
St. Louis is #1 for conservative talk.
NewstalkSTL.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Yo, Vic, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, get a room, you two, for God's sakes. Kenny, I just got to read this article real quick.
Vic.
And then we'll get into the big, extensive Nancy Guthrie investigation. So the headline is CBS's Norah O'Donnell claims coworkers are fearful over the numerous changes in leadership. So CBS News is now owned by Paramount. Barry Weiss from the Free Press, she bought the Free Press, and then now she's at CBS. And I would just like to say, people are talking about Barry Weiss and the changes at CBS like it's some right-wing, Steve Bannon-run company.
Well, from their perspective, it might be because we actually lean on the truth and facts and documentation. So when they say, this is leaning conservative, well, it probably is because we're telling the truth.
Yeah. But I just want to also point out that Barry Weiss is not a right-wing conservative.
Not at all. No.
And she's running things. So, longtime news correspondent Nora O'Donnell remarked on how challenging the network's new leadership has been in a podcast interview. And she says, I've worked at CBS now for, oh my goodness, probably almost 14 years, and I've had a great career. You had a failed CBS evening news show that you were the anchor of.
Mm-hmm.
You got thrown off of the morning show. What successes have you had? See, this is how elitist, egocentric they are.
Yeah.
I worked at CBS for 14 years.
Therefore, just by virtue of 14 years, it doesn't matter. I did well there.
And I had a great career. Whether it was covering the White House, anchoring the morning show, fired, anchoring the evening show, fired, working for 60 Minutes, we have had a lot of leadership changes at CBS, and that has now been challenging, not only for me, but I know for my colleagues. And I think with so many leadership changes, people are fearful about what the future means. Okay, have you ever worked at a radio station, Nora? Okay.
No kidding.
Remember when Emmis bought The Rock?
Yeah. I was working part-time at The Rock.
Okay, good. So this was all in our building at the time, right? 1215 Cole
Yes,
Street. Okay.
sir.
So the lineup of radio stations were the river was kind of like in the middle of the hallway, right across the room from the conference room that nut used to dance on the table with no shoes on.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to be?
I don't know.
The river, then the point, and then in the corner was The Rock.
Right.
And it was all owned by who? Sinclair, I guess?
At the time, yeah.
And then Emmis came in, and they bought The Rock, the frequencies at least, turned off The Rock. A lot of people like that station.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact amount of money, but it was like they bought The Rock for $248 million. That was the joke because they bought all the other stations, but they wanted to just do it to get rid of The Rock because it was beating Casey so badly.
Right. I don't know how we ended up not touched in that one. The river.
They sold us back.
Okay. Well, how do you know all this? Were you in on this?
I just remember.
Okay. So anyway, people at The Rock lost their job.
Yeah.
They made it the other, what you guys call the other station.
Right.
Soros-owned talk station now.
Yeah.
Don't you think they were fearful of their jobs?
Yeah.
You know, these people crack me up. Oh, I'm so fearful. We cared so deeply about each other. Nora O'Donnell, you don't care about anybody but yourself. So let me tell you that first, right off the bat.
Right. That's a great point.
People are fearful about what the future means.
Okay, like she acts like she makes it sound like she's sitting in an office somewhere and people just keep coming in like a revolving door of people keep coming in to complain and tell her how fearful they are about their jobs.
I don't care because nobody cared about us. I hate to be vindictive like that, but when you lose your job in radio, nobody notices, nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's not a big celebration. There's not a do 2 weeks and then have your Vic, do your last final show on the river. Yay. Nope. Friday morning, can you be in early, 8 o'clock for a meeting? Sure, I'll be in there. You're going to fire me? No, just come
on in.
Come on in.
Yeah.
And they did. They fired me. Well, not fired me. They laid me off. And who cares about CBS, honestly?
Well, it's just, I think if it was something really like, I don't want to say serious, but if it was something less truthful, I would understand it. But all she's trying to do is give a more even playing field for news. That's all it is. I mean, she's not saying Barry Weiss, for example, like you said, is not conservative. All she's trying to do is get the facts out there, get more of a reporting, journalistic type of atmosphere going for that CBS department.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And that's all she's trying to do. But they're afraid of that. Now, why are they afraid of that, Vic?
Because they've been spoiled, pampered their whole lives.
Exactly.
And if you lose your job, it's, oh, my God, I'm going to jump off a bridge. And it happens in radio every week.
And I guarantee you, Vic, if God forbid something like that happened with Kamala Harris being the president of the United States, this whole world would be changed right now.
Yep.
This would not have happened with Barry Weiss.
That's right.
This whole thing, the talk shows would have been intensified against conservatives. I believe that President Trump would be in jail right now.
Yep.
I mean, it could have been a whole lot of things happening. This went to our favor for a big reason.
Elections have consequences,
I would say.
And that's a pretty drastic consequence you just brought up there if Trump didn't win. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so Sheriff Nanos sent the glove with the DNA to a DNA lab, and we all waited for the results. Are we going to find out who kidnapped Nancy Guthrie? And then the results came in, and it's, didn't match anybody. The DNA. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that the DNA, what are they going to match the DNA against? There's nobody to match the DNA against.
Yeah, do you remember that code list or some kind of list that you said that they mentioned? I think there's a database where they can actually try and match it up with people on that. But if that person's not on there,
Exactly right.
then it doesn't make any difference. They're not going to be able to match the two. But they could if that person was, like, say, for example, a criminal maybe, and their DNA was in that database, then they can match it up.
So we're no closer now to finding out who did this to Nancy Guthrie than we were 17, 18 days ago, whatever it was.
I feel horrible for the family. I really do. At some point, though, we have to move on. I mean, you can't.
They've moved on.
No, they haven't. Today's show was big coverage on it.
How many minutes?
A lot.
More than any other story?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they have to because she worked.
I know, but it's like, okay. I understand. Believe me. I mean, I would hate to lose my parent.
You know what? Of course, nobody wants to do that. But the Today Show, I think their coverage is so plastic.
It is.
So fake, right? Because they talk about Nancy Guthrie and what's her name? Savannah.
And Hoda Kotb's in there right now.
And then the very next segment is, oh, look, it's Green Leprechaun Balloon Day.
You know what? Honestly,
we don't care about Nancy anymore.
It's so true. I was actually thinking that because I'm thinking they're all like real somber, and one person's like getting real worked up, and then the very next segment was the feel good one.
I don't know. I just made that up. Green
That's
Leprechaun
true.
Balloons.
But it's just something very good, feel good.
Yeah.
I think it was the Olympics. They went from that to the Olympics, and then they're real excited about the Olympics.
They care so much until the next segment starts, then they don't give a damn.
It's just, I know they got to do their part, and they have to, they have to do the news, whatever. But
Ken, like you
that's
said,
tough.
we feel terrible for the family.
Yeah.
They've all been ruled out, by the way. All the family members have been ruled out as suspects. That means Savannah, her brother, her sister, her in-laws, and anybody in that Guthrie family.
I'll be honest with you. Look at two things. Number one, why did they announce that like that? And the second part of it is, why did they do it so soon? I can't. If they have so much evidence that they've ruled out all those people, but they don't have any evidence at all as to where her mother is, then it doesn't fit.
So if you announce that they're all cleared, that means at one time they were all suspect in some way, people of interest.
Correct, and they've received information or some kind of forensic that says, oh, okay, they're not. Whatever that might be, whether it's timestamps, timelines, video, whatever it is, they have at least that information. And if they do, they don't have anything else.
Yeah. And why is TMZ, why do they have their nose in this? I don't know. I don't understand that either. And I don't think that they are a news source. I think they're a gossip site, gossip show.
That's really all they are, yeah.
So the biggest kidnapping in the last century, we go to them? Oh,
they did.
And did we mention yesterday that Savannah, when this first happened, she called Mark Kelly, senator from one of the seditious six from Arizona? Because he's in Arizona, I guess. But why call a senator?
I think there's a lot to that.
I do too.
You know what it is? One thing that I thought it was about was because of how they, how the left has been demeaning the FBI, really kind of dismissing them as not being real FBI anymore because Trump has the cabinet now, so they're all not authentic. They're all kind of like, well, he put them in, so they must not be that good. Okay, right? So that whole mentality. So when she has something happen to her family, she don't want to go to the federal government because Trump.
That's Trump.
So they go to Mark Kelly.
Boy,
Wow,
you're right.
why would they go there?
Why would you go to a senator? That's awfully weird to me.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have. And we're actually a little late. I apologize.
I know. It's your fault. No big
You
deal.
see?
No
you
big
see
deal.
how he treats me? All right, here's what's coming up. Tuesday night is the State of the Union address. President Trump addressing a joint session of Congress. At 8 p.m., we'll be having it live from beginning to end. You're not going to miss any of it. It's all right here. So it's 9 o'clock on the East Coast. They do that at 9 p.m.?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why so late?
To fit in the rest of the country, because if you think about it, it's 8 here, but it's 6 p.m.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
West Coast, and
You're right,
Hawaii's
Kenny. You're right.
even earlier.
You're right. But, Mitch McConnell's got to get his, early bird dinner in. A little
got that right.
shuffleboard with
Yeah.
Irving. It's Trump, so there will be some great memorable moments. That's so funny. This Wednesday, what's today? Week from today.
Yeah.
Week from today. State of the Union address for President Trump on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Woosh, woosh.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
Forget about it.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Colombo and Company.
Missouri lawmakers look to end vehicle emissions tests, and a judge says thousands of video slot machines in the state are illegal. We'll talk about it Wednesday with Rodney Boyd, plus Danny Define and Closest Cabinet.
Live and local, weekdays at 2 on News Talk STL.
Missouri's premier boat show returns in 2026 as the St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show comes to America's Center the weekend of February 20th through the 22nd. See world-class fishermen working the latest new lures in the hog trough and see how the live fish react. Ride the mechanical bull, see a live stingray encounter. Plus, stop by the STL Power Sports booth and register to win a new e-bike valued at $3,000. The St. Louis Boat and Fishing Show, America's Center, February 20th through the 22nd.
Hey guys, don't miss Straight Lines with Elizabeth Kaiser every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. where we talk about so many areas, including AI, law, and health. We have some fantastic guests on my show just about every Sunday. Don't forget, Sunday evenings at 8 p.m., Straight Lines with Elizabeth Kaiser.
Stand and fight with Nick Schroer.
Hey, it's Nick Schroer. To preserve this nation, to preserve the experiment in liberty that our founders envisioned, we must take a stand and fight.
Stand and fight with Nick Schroer.
Join me Sunday nights at 8 p.m. only on News Talk STL.
Streaming TV is where it's at. It's not about cutting the cord anymore. That's old news. It's all about your customized TV options. With the best and cheapest high-speed internet and your own TV subscriptions, we've got your dream TV lineup. Between wired and satellite internet and TV, you now have tons of options. Save money and get more internet speed and better TV today by calling the Whole Home Connect. We scan your location and offer you the best TV and internet options. And we always have specials and promotions. So when you call, ask about that. Take 5 minutes of your time. Make this free call now and learn how to save money and get better internet and TV for your home anywhere in the U.S. Make this simple and free call now.
800-257-1632. 800-257-1632. 800-257-1632. That's 800-257-1632.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say.
This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, 99.1 HD3 and newstalkstl.com.
Maybe I shouldn't include that one in there.
Why?
I feel a little bit dumber.
There had to be a reason why you put it in to begin with.
I don't know. It was funny at the time.
So this is Dave Matthews Band. What would you say, right?
Yes.
Harmonica?
Yes.
John Popper from Blues Traveler.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. He's known to be a really good harmonica player.
Oh, my God. He's not even human.
Well, we saw him for Horde Fest out at Riverport at the time, and he opened up that vest that he had, and it was full of harmonicas on the outside and inside.
All the different keys, right, that the song could be in.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about harmonicas. It's like you have to have the right key. So if the band is in A, you're in D. You count 4 away.
Okay.
And when you have that thing, what? Okay, got it right here.
He was ready to jam, at any given moment.
Different harmonica player than Magic Dick, I want to say. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Oh, yeah, it is.
I mean, he's superhuman, but he's not doing anything bluesy ever.
No.
Matter of fact, I don't know why they call themselves Blues Traveler. They're from New Jersey, by the way.
Are they?
Yep. All right, enough of this crap. Let's go, whoosh, you bunch of Vic heads. I say whoosh. Now, hold on here.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Grant. Grant retired, and he's turned in, his mind is mush.
No, it's not.
Last week on Tuesday, he says, hey, double whoosh Wednesday. Oh, and I'm like, Grant, it's Tuesday. And now today is only one whoosh.
Oh, Grant.
And it's double whoosh Wednesday.
Come on now.
I think he needs a hobby. Rat is in the chat box.
Hey, what's up, Rat?
What's up?
A little bit.
Above you, man. Good morning, Freedom Fighters. Thank you, Tom. Jeff Bunsey.
Hey, Jeff.
Never heard of him.
Hey, how you doing?
It's funny seeing all these liberals trying to defend themselves.
It is funny.
While not defending Trump. It's like a human pretzel.
What they're talking about is The View. And Whoopi got caught. She's on the list, and now she's trying to say, oh, well, yeah, I'm on the list only because I was wanting to borrow a plane. Well, guess what, Whoopi? Trump is on this list because he wanted to borrow a plane, and it was prior to, Epstein getting convicted of anything.
Exactly right. And in case you missed it, shouldn't miss any part of the show, I unveiled my Whoopi Goldberg impression today. I thought
It's pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good. I'm just saying.
Check it out on the podcast.
Yes, please do. Go to our podcast and get him. Ken works on that. Don't make Ken work for nothing. I already make him work for nothing. I don't pay him a dime. It's just
exponentially.
Every once in a while, some pizzelles or sausage and peppers.
Once in a while.
Sandwich, something like that. You know what we're going to do for lunch one day, by the way?
What's that?
We're going to get a lobster po' boy from L.A. Juicy Seafood.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh, my God, I lost my mind. Good morning, gents and fellow Vic heads. Have a great
Morning,
day.
St. Louis.
That is from our famous Navy Chief, Scotty Downey.
Thank you, Navy Chief.
Hoo-yah, Navy!
Love it. Love her to death. Good morning, freedom fighting Vic heads. Democrats, she calls him Hack Up Jeffries instead of Hakeem Jeffries. Hack Up Jeffries.
Hack Up Jeffries.
And
You better watch how you talk when you talk about me.
Yeah, baby. And Ratface Schumer shut down is still all about illegals. Do their supporters realize this? If the supporters did realize this, clearly they don't care because it's not even an 80-20 issue anymore on the voter ID thing. And they don't listen to their constituents. They'll still go on news shows and say, this is not what the majority of Americans want.
No, they say it every day.
But look what they do.
No, they do want it. And just keep ignoring them, and that's fine. I think the Republicans now, they have to get the message out there saying, look, here's what they're saying. You don't want that. This is what we're going to do. Join us. But that's their problem is they don't get the message out.
How do they get elected? How do they get elected? They're going against what their constituents who voted for them don't agree with, but they're going to do it anyway. Isn't that why you elect somebody else? Isn't that what voting is all about? Elections have consequences?
A lot of Democrat voters are just lemmings. They're like, I know I don't agree with anything they say or do, but I got to vote for them.
All right,
How dare you?
Good morning, fam. Bam. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? Oh, you got a little schmutz. Oh, it's Ash Wednesday. Don't hide your ashes. Marvel at Jesus. We were made from dust to dust, and we will return. Whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh, my Kathleen.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
He looked at me.
A
split second delay, and you looked at me like, what are you going to do?
I expect whoosh, whoosh. That's why. Good morning, freedom fighters from Grant. We don't want a stinking rebate check. We want to keep our money in the first place.
That'd be great.
Hell, It's perfect. Hang in there, everybody. Jesus is coming soon. My ears hurt. Tell her to be quiet. AOC, I'm assuming that you're talking about.
That's the hard part about her. Just like Kamala, when you listen to them talk, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's that frequency that you're just, and it's not because they're, look, my wife, she has a very low tone in her voice. Okay. And it's wonderful. But her voice, the timbre of her voice is just aggravating. I'm talking about AOC.
Oh.
Not my wife.
Yeah.
Her voice is great.
You would have been done if that's what you're saying.
Right.
All right. Listen, I got to apologize. Danielle Ali, who I don't know. Have you ever met?
Hey, how you doing?
Danielle, how you doing? She said, maybe I misunderstood what Vic was saying, but the women's figure skating isn't finished. Amber Glenn finished 13th in the short program, but there's still a long program to go.
Right.
He made it sound like it's over, and it's not. She also did win a gold medal as part of the team competition. I apologize if I didn't explain all that. I'm not an Olympic expert. I just know that I like when people badmouth our country and they're sitting in the middle of the ice crying about it.
Yeah, I think you're both right. And what it was is that moment you were actually talking about, not about the whole overall Olympic
Right,
Games.
just that event.
Yeah, just that event. It was good to see that karma was working its way through there. I don't like it. I don't like it when you're trying to represent your country.
Right.
Or that when you say you are,
Mm-hmm.
and then you talk the way she did. I don't like that.
So you said we're both right. I'm righter, though, right?
Well, for that moment, yeah. Okay. Yes, you were. Okay. But she was actually right about the whole overall thing.
What?
She was right about the whole overall Olympic competition with the skaters.
Okay. Coyote was in first today. Double Woosh Wednesday is here. Yes, it is.
Woosh, woosh.
Ed Stoit second. Good morning, fellow Vic heads. Good morning, Patriots. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. No fair elections.
No peace.
No fair tariff.
No peace.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Everybody's doing it, Ken. It's like whoosh, whoosh. Allison says whoosh,
whoosh. Whoosh.
President, don't dare me. Donald John Grover Cleveland Trump. Good morning, all you beautiful mega ultra picture. Maybe I could do this like Whoopi.
Yeah, me. Okay.
Good morning, all you beautiful mega ultra patriotic, deplorable, garbagian, degenerate, freedom-fighting, God-fearing, dickhead weirdos. Whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh.
I don't know.
That sounded pretty good, actually.
It's not bad.
No, it was pretty good.
I don't wish any ill towards those athletes. They are virtue signaling, but karma is a bitch.
Right.
Situation took care of itself. You know what? And if she fell and she was in the middle of the ice and she was crying and she loved America and she said, hell yeah, I'll go to the White House and meet Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm crying, but cover me up with the American flag and I'll be happy.
I would be there crying with her.
Right. Exactly right.
It didn't work out that way. Surprised that Hillary didn't say, what difference does it make? Exactly right. And DLW says Hildebeest, so you got to do that for him, too.
Oh, Hildebeest,
Did
wow.
the psycho, but you got to do that. She's asking a question. I think she's asking a question there, the Hildebeest.
At the very end. I kind like that, yeah, like that Alaskan Malamute dog.
Right. Or Scooby. Or Scooby.
Yeah.
Scooby would ask.
And then we got Jildebeest.
Say it with me.
I don't want to do Karen Johnson. I don't know what that means. Karen, misspelled. Do you know who Karen Johnson is?
No.
I don't. Vic, the Whoopi Goldberg impersonation is golden. Thank you, Beansy. Appreciate it.
No, look.
Tom Hanks lost his dual citizenship. Can neither confirm nor deny that. I don't care about him either anymore. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. The left loves to reconstruct the truth into better circumstances, better known as lying, all the time. It's what they really do well.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Mike the All-In Man says you got a little schmutz. Oh, it's Ash Wednesday. I hope all good Catholics get their ash cross on their forehead today.
Good morning, St. Louis.
So let's get this straight. Hildebeest. Oh, wait, let's get this straight, Hildebeest. Can't recall stuff when she testifies, but gets millions for writing a memoir?
Yeah.
What does she even remember?
Oh, my goodness. See, the Vic heads.
How can you write a memoir if you can't remember anything?
That's so true.
It's going to be all blank pages. Don't forget about Barry's song, My Ding-a-Ling. Talk about playing with words to a song. So, My Ding-a-Ling, stupid song, right? I want to play with my ding-a-ling.
Right.
Can you believe it? That is Chuck Berry's only #1 record. Not Johnny Be Good, not Roll Over Beethoven.
Crazy, right?
All those monumental, groundbreaking rock and roll songs. And My Ding-a-Ling is his only #1. Al Gore is all about profit. He is. AOC is proof that elections are stolen by stealing votes and indoctrinating to produce any illiterate voter. I think AOC was Kamala's bartender.
Oh, I don't doubt that. That'd be a great setup, man.
Ken, I got to hear that.
That'd be a great skit.
We got to work on that.
Yeah.
I got to hear that.
So,
AOC's behind the bar and Kamala's getting drunk. Oh, my God, Ken, we got to make that. Vic has a diaphragm. Ken has a dump button. What's that supposed to... Listen, I don't know why I have these hiccups. It happens all the time. I don't drink before the show, for sure. I asked my wife about it. She said there's probably some air under your diaphragm. Well, I don't wear a diaphragm. She said I'm out. Vic, sexy hoodie, my brother. Whoosh, whoosh. Thank you, Paul. That's
Whoosh,
Paul who puts
whoosh.
together this great Ambet barbecue every year
Yeah.
that we help out in. And, Paul, if you're listening right now, brother, Friday for this motorcycle escort for Jack Nestor at JB, if you could call us before you start up the Harley.
Yeah, do the official startup of all the potato.
With us on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. St. Joseph Academy isn't under control of the Archdiocese. I'm not getting into that. Jack Salmon? I don't know what that means.
Well, that's a form of salmon, I believe.
Jack?
Jack salmon.
Who makes the Jack sauce? I make the Jack sauce.
Watch how you say that.
It's Kevin Meaney. Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. Midterms are coming, and GOP is scaring the poop out of me. They blow this, civil war may come. Just saying. Hey, you know
It's
what?
going to be tough, man.
Well, they got to get on it.
No, because you know what's going to happen? If the Democrats win, the first day, what they're going to do is get rid of the filibuster. That's the first day. Second day is indictment, impeachment, indictment. It's going to be, all it's going to be is
You're
that.
right. Ken, you're right. We got to win. We have to win. Thank you for your service, Jack. Also, Michael Funeral Home is one of the few remaining family-owned ones in town. Fantastic people run that place. They will be in great hands.
Because he's a mensch.
And Joe's in the funeral business, too, he says. Joe Zerflu. Allison says the mice like wires because of the coating is made with soy. We talked about that. I had squirrels.
Actually, I don't think we did talk. Did we talk about that on the air?
Just that one. We just read that one. I'll read it again, no problem. The mice like wires because the coating is made with soy, so it's food to them.
Okay. That makes sense.
It doesn't to me, but I'm not saying it's wrong. This is science, and I don't know science at my grade level. I had squirrels get up in my trunk hood and chew through spark plug wires twice now. Wow. I don't want anything to happen to anyone, but this Guthrie story is now a distraction from the real issues. Boy, it really is.
It is, yeah.
TMZ is the National Enquirer of its time. They're worse. I remember.
But think about that for a second, because the mainstream media, they're deflecting to this story. It keeps them away from saying lies about President Trump and the cabinet.
Yeah.
It really does, if you think about it.
National Enquirer and the Globe and all that. I saw the ultimate one in the supermarket. The headline was, "Half man, half woman gets self-pregnant."
Think about what you'd think about at the time.
TMC's base is mostly lib turds. Magic Dick, yeah, baby, best blues harmonica player ever.
Good night, Dick.
Good night. Both skaters that win gold, but karma smack when pride and cockiness are not becoming. Whoopi Goldberg's real name is Karen Johnson. Oh, Ken. Whoopi's real name is Karen Johnson.
Oh.
That's why somebody wrote that earlier.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Friday morning, I can call y'all before we start our engines.
Oh, let's go. That'd
Thanks,
be great.
Paul. Roughly 10:30. You bet. We will make time for that. Thank you for doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you also for having the record player on at night to listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
Jamie Allman. He's next. 3 Martini Lunch.
See you, everybody.
It's not pleasant to hear it, but Missouri is falling behind in its spending of state tax dollars, education, and health care. But there are ways to get Missouri moving forward again and produce a better life for all of us. That's why we at the Show Me Institute put together our 2026 Missouri Blueprint, a roadmap on how the state can move to a brighter future. The blueprint covers policy ideas from taxes to government transparency, from education to healthcare and budget reform. Let's allow students to attend the school of their choice. Let's adopt new proven methods to help the many school kids who can barely read. Let's limit state spending growth for Missouri's long-term financial